Hello everybody, my name is Blue, and for some reason I thought it was a good idea to eat 5 pieces of candy at once, right before this video started, so I'm trying to finish chewing this, but anyway, as far as everything goes, I'm bringing you guys viewer replay cast number 77. This one has been a long time coming. The person who sent me in this cast, I'm not going to tell you guys who it is until the very end, because that's how I do my viewer replay cast, so take that, society, because I ain't telling you jack squat. Kanye West swag, I ain't telling you nothing. Or, wait, no, you can't tell. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Joke died. Anyway, this cast has been sent to by a friend who really wants me to do it. That's funny. Porn star. Do it. Anyway, it wasn't sent to by porn star, or maybe it was. You don't know. Or maybe I'm just trying to throw the wool over your eyes. You never know. Anyway, like I said, I just ate 5 pieces of candy, so I may or may not end up crashing in the middle of this unless I eat another piece of candy. Because that's right, guys, if you have a sugar rush going, eat more candy. That's the best idea. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about this game we have in front of us because, excuse me, this is an ability draft, or, wow. This is an all-pick game posted by somebody who said, hey, Cool Blue, cast this game because it was super freaking awesome, it was epic, and it's like, bro, you must cast this game, bro. And I was like, okay, I'll cast it. So, 3 weeks later, here I am casting the game. This ought to be fun. So anyway, awkward moment. It will subside. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I might have hit the wrong button. I may or may not have hit the wrong or right button. You just don't know that yet. So let's just pretend that didn't happen and keep going. Let's keep going. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I just need to kill this bug that seems to be like it keeps showing up. Why is this bug? This is like the most persistent bug in my life. And I do not have ADD. This is everything around me keeps happening too fast for me to focus. That's what happens. It's not ADD. It's totally everything else. It's his fault. That is legit what's going on. I mean, give me a second to kill this bug. It's gonna bother me until the end of this game. It's like a pill bug. It's weird. Ew, oh god, I touched, jeez, I touched it, ew, oh my god, it's horrible, ew. Not that I'm afraid of bugs or anything, it's just, I didn't want to touch that particular bug, because I've seen it for the past 3 days. Like, it's like one of those bugs where, like, you get rid of it, and then it shows up again, and, okay, sorry. Anyway, focusing, Cool Blue focus, got this. I got this, guys. This is viewer replay cast, and as always with viewer replay cast, I won't tell you guys who sent it in until the very end because the general assumption is the person who sent it in is probably on the team that won, and we don't want no spoilers here because spoilers are bad, and bad spoilers are spoiler bad because badness is bad. So anywho, at any rate, let me go ahead and change all these settings because, bro, do you even camera speeds? And the answer says no. I don't even. I can't even. So that's why I count in odds. Get it? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Bro, why are you counting odds? Because I can't even. Oh, so funny. Anyway, let's go move into our introduction and start talking about things that are not relevant. First of all, starting from the side of the dark, since they're all completely picked up, on this first person, of course, we got the most explicit name in the world, Mr. Pornstar on that Gyrocopter. So he's going to be doing fancy things in his copter. Get to the chopper because he'll do things with you. Moving on to this Clinkz, we see Russian name number 1. I mean, I can kind of call him Cuckoo. I'll call you Cuckoo, Clinkz. You have Cuckoo on that Clinkz. Moving on to is Mirana. We have RTN Hyena on that Mirana, and that's clearly not a hyena, so I don't know what's going on with that name. Moving on to is Lich. We see B2. Oh, we need a 50, and we have B52s. That'd be kind of cool. And an S. And last but not least, on this Crystal Maiden, we have Duckbill Jones, Carrot Spoon, because without spoons, there's no Jones of duckbilling. Anywho, moving to the side of the Radiant, we see Jakiro. Oh man, we got PA taking a bunch of damage already, forced to run all the way back home. But moving on back to the Radiant side, we see on this Jakiro, no E-Swag, Willow Master 10 playing at Jakiro. Moving on to the Skywrath Mage, who's actually pretty darn blind, so he's like Blind Wrath Mage, kind of. We see Ramgook on that Skywrath. Moving on to this Phantom Assassin, we see Vip Kede on that PA. Moving to Shadowfiend, we see Lava on that Shadowfiend. And the last one is on this Pudge hanging out mid. We see Stellano playing that Pudge with that crazy build. And speaking of builds, I have a few qualms to talk about these builds because I see a lot of boots first and I do not approve at all. Dear Jesus, guys. My apologies if I offended anybody, but yes, I do not approve of these builds. I see PA with boots first, which is definitely not going to help her out all that much, especially considering the fact that she can farm with her dagger. Meanwhile, I see Skywrath Mage, he has boots first as well, and a whole bunch of, well, clarities, I would assume. Pudge went for bottle first, which is actually a very dangerous thing to do if you're not controlling those runes. Luckily, Porn Saw on that Gyrocopter is not actually doing too terribly much as far as rune control. And moving on down bottom, I thought I saw some more boots as well. I see no more boots first. Looks like Jakiro played a support role very well. No more boots first. Very well played, Dire. The Radiant, I have a few issues with their builds because I should not see like you expect a certain point where you don't see boots. The action movement speed is not going to do too terribly much for Phantom Assassin. It would be much more advantageous if she had herself a oh wait, hold on, we got an arrow flying up from Mirana. It does miss completely on Skywrath Mage, but Skywrath Mage taking a crap ton of damage. Luckily, guys, he has boots though, so he can run as far away as he possibly can. And boots for Skywrath Mage, I can actually justify a little bit more, so he can be a lot more aggressive with his arcane bolts. But he still has to be extremely cautious because he is fragile as all get out. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin, Stout Shield would be really nice because she can get rid of some of the harassment or just ignore some of the harassment damage coming out from her enemies. Now, speaking of her enemies, Lava on that Shadow Fiend taking a nice little chunk of damage. Crystal Maiden trying to follow up with the Frostbite. Not going to be able to find Jack's squad. Jakiro is going to go ahead and blow some fire because, bro, do you even air condition? Clearly, a Cool Blue should need candy before cast. But let's not talk about issues that I'm having. Let's talk about issues that they're having in the game. And right now, the Gyrocopter versus Pudge is actually surprisingly even. I was kind of expecting Gyrocopter to have a little bit more last hits, but Pudge does have that rot and is always the threat of hook. So Gyrocopter needs to be extremely cautious of that. Another thing to consider too is that Pudge did go for a rune, and yet still Gyrocopter is just like 1.5 creeps ahead of Pudge. Pudge has been doing a phenomenal job of getting those denies. He can actually go for a hook because Pornstar was just standing still for a few seconds trying to go for a few right clicks on top of that creep. That was a very dangerous position and a very advantageous position for Pudge, and maybe soon we'll see Pudge go for something. And speaking of going for something, we got a missile flying over Pudge trying to go for him. It's going to get hit once, it's going to get hit twice, it's going to get hit 3 times, and boom goes the dynamite. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Shadow Fiend in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be forced to run away. Jakiro throwing a nice little slow. Frostbite falls on top of Jakiro. Sadly, he has no mana to do anything anyway, so he might just lose his life here. The creep's just trying to right-click him down. Lava on that Shadow Fiend says, bro, I got the right-click damage. Let's go, Lich. You don't want it. That's what he says. He throws the Rise. The Rise does get canceled. Beautiful play coming up from Crystal Maiden, and now Shadow Fiend's all kinds of upset. Lava not going to be able to finish that. And that's one of the advantages of getting something that does throw a stun. It interrupts things, and Shadow Fiend was like, bro, I was trying to cast a spell here. Meanwhile, mid, we see Gyrocopter puts a whole bunch of pumps inside of a missile. I do not like this build at all. He's trying to get really aggressive with this single target damage, and yeah, his missile can do a little bit, sure, but over time, it's not going to be all that effective, especially when we talk about late game. I would much prefer to see Gyrocopter go for flat cannon because that can give him some free harassment on top of Pudge as far as right clicks, as opposed to paying 140 mana to drop himself a missile every once in a while. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to this, but Gyrocopter has a actually really good mana pool relative to what he is. He's an agility hero with a really good mana pool. It's actually really astounding. The only reason why I know that is because I was playing ability draft, of course, because that's what I play. That's all I play. I was playing ability draft and I had Gyrocopter and I got Stormhammer plus I got Snowball. Granted, Snowball is only 75 mana, but Stormhammer is 140 mana, which at level 3 of Holy Missile, Gyrocopter, that's like 140 mana right there for Missile. But Gyrocopter's mana pool is really sustainable. It's mainly because if you think about balance-wise, they try to balance it out to where he can actually use Rocket Bars maybe 2 or 3 times before he runs out of mana. So if you don't have that, you can just pretty much throw some really good spells. Anyway, Gyrocopter's going to go ahead and initiate with the missile. Lava might be in a little bit of trouble. The missile's going to be flying. That's a level 3 missile. The Ice Blast does, sorry, the Ice Pad does fly out. Gyrocopter's going to get hit with a nice little slow, and he's going to drop out the Rocket Bars, kills the Shadow Fiend anyway. Meanwhile, Jakiro's in the trees. He might not be surviving because it looks like he's going to be dying here very soon. Shadow Fiend is the only one who's dead. Crystal Maiden did get a DC. Doesn't really matter. Gyrocopter does get the kill on top of Jakiro, and he does officially lose his life. The pause coming through. So ends all of the raids, all of the hate, and all of the death everywhere, all over the place.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
And you heard the man say there's a nasty situation at the bottom of the tower. If you want to jump in, you better hurry up for the next hour? Question mark? Anywho. So, taking the status of the field, we see Jakiro's working on what looks to be a headdress, so he's trying to build the mechanism for his team. PA is building her phase boots, and I still do not like her build for what she has. She has phase boots and nothing else as far as region goes. So she will be forced to have that last claw fly out to her, or run out to her, since the courier's not flying yet. Meanwhile, mid, Pudge and crew are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Pudge is going to go ahead and get a missile dropped on top of his head. He did go for some he did go for some tranquil boots, which I think is a nice decision, but it's not going to help him out too much because Gyrocopter can still kick his tail right now. He's going to go ahead and drop the ulti. Pudge dropping the ulti as well on top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter might be the one taking the damage. He will be the one to go down. Pudge going to be able to win because GG missile is going to be flying through. Pudge incoming. He does not go down. Just like one more second and Pudge would have died. Gyrocopter saying, aw. And guys, that is a level 3 missile. If he had 1.9, he might have got the kill, but even still is risky. So easy to run away from the missile, and Gyrocopter, as far as his build goes, he's not really building around spamming missiles. If you want to spam missiles in Rocket Barrage, you need to get some mana on yourself. I would much prefer to see Gyrocopter go for some arcane boots instead of phase boots. But sadly, we can't have everything that we want. Because you are never going to get everything you want. First things first. You get what you deserve. And I think Shadow Fiend might be deserving an arrow right here. We'll just have to see. He is doing not as well as he wants to be doing. Mainly because his Shadow Fiend, or sorry, his Necromaster is only at level 9. Or only with 9 points at level 2. So he's not even maxed out right now. He has died a whole entire one time. With no ultimate. So he's sad. He lost souls for no reason. With no counter damage. Meanwhile, we got Skywrath Mage up top. Sentry Ward is in hand. He did some D-warding, but bro, D-wards ain't gonna do jack diddly squad for him. We got Gyrocopter and squad running on the backside. Clinkz coming on in. Gyrocopter coming from the backside. Needs to go and drop that ulti right about there. He's actually gonna drop the missile on top of Skywrath. Skywrath's gonna be the only one to die. This is a little bit of waste of mana and everything, but they're gonna get the kill on top of Skywrath. Most definitely. It looks like the kill does go towards Gyrocopter. So he's gonna be able to do a little bit with that. Meanwhile, Ringo Quill is up on top of Mirana. Down bottom, we got Jakiro forced to run away. Trying to fly as fast as he possibly can. Headdress fully finished up. No boots yet, because no boots is best boots. Gyrocopter coming forth. Actually, PA going all on top of Mirana. Mirana did not leap away. She can't leap if she needs to right now. Meanwhile, down bottom, Pudge trying to get himself a kill on top of somebody else. The Ice Path does fly through, but a little bit too late. Not going to be able to catch nobody. Gyrocopter running as fast as he possibly can. Shadow Fiend has a missile coming for him. I don't know if he knows it, but he will know it here very soon. Lava are going to run as fast as he possibly can. That missile's dipping out really fast. Gyrocopter getting swiped on the side. Pudge needs to drop that ulti, but sadly has no mana for it. But bro, who needs mana when you got rot? And there's a Gyrocopter going to be going down. Very offensive language. I'm offended. Anyway, Lich ulti going through. It does not bounce because they're a little bit too far away. B2 not feeling too happy about that, and he is going to be B2 dead. Meanwhile, speaking of people who are dead, Clinkz might be in a little bit of trouble up top. Skywrath, he has a silence available, but that's really about it. No stuns to speak of. So Clinkz should be fine, actually. Two Sentry Wards placed in very close succession. I guess we're trying to go for some kills. Actually, the silence does come on top of Clinkz, and Clinkz going to take a bunch of damage slow, as well as a Purge flying on top of him. A few more right clicks. The last right click does go through. PA going to be able to claim that kill. And that was a nice little explosive play. And that was mainly because that's 3 points inside Dagger. Dagger slows you for 3 freaking seconds. And plus you got Skywrath Mage's concussor shot slowing you by 40%, which lasts for 4 freaking seconds. That's more than enough time for them to just burst down Clinkz, who has pretty much more or less no HP. When he comes back up, I want to say he has no more than 700 HP at this current point in time. And he's level 7 right now. So we'll see very soon. He has okay, my bad. He has more than 700. Cool Blue's wrong, but if you take away his power trades, he does have. Oh my gosh, Pudge with the hook on top of Gyrocopter. The ulti flies as well. Here comes the damage, and Mirana throws out the arrow. While Pudge still gets a kill. He's now officially rotten to death. He gets hit with another stun. Chain stun Dota is what we're facing right now. And sadly, Pudge is going to be able to run away. So screw your arrows, screw your missiles. I'm just going to go ahead and watch you guys not to do anything versus me. When Mirana arrow is up, it's going to go ahead and line up. LeVar going to be the first one to take the hit. He's going to take a bunch of damage from the backside. Clinkz shows up as well, throws out his ulti, runs away for no apparent reason. He could have came in and got the last hit. I honestly would say that I think Clinkz is the one who needs way more farm than Mirana right now. The impact that Clinkz can have on the game is going to be pretty darn strong. I think Clinkz is going to get hit with the ulti from Pudge. Luckily, he did eat a creep, so he is going to have a little bit extra HP. Pudge trying to chase the Clinkz and not going to be able to find him. Gyrocopter, the missile does fly through. Ulti flies through as well. Skywrath Mage throws out the silence, throws out the slow, throws out the damage. No ulti available for him because he's officially out of mana. Clinkz is going to be able to get that last arrow for the win and the missile for the win as well. Here comes another arrow. It does just barely miss, threading a needle right there. Pudge right on the backside, but still he goes down. Gyrocopter ulti was used in that engagement, which is more or less okay. It's completely okay. I mean, Gyrocopter's ulti has like a 55-second cooldown. It's not that bad. It's pretty much ready every single team fight. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got the Frost Twins having a little bit of fun. Shadow Fiend, he could potentially kill both of these guys if he does catch a nice little angle. He's not going to be able to catch any angle at all. Maiden drops the ulti for no apparent reason. Lich ulti can't fly through. I hope he doesn't throw it, but it looks like LeVar will be able to survive. Lich really going to throw an ulti because he's diving so darn far. He did back away as fast as possible. Which I do agree with. TP does come down. Lich ulti still available. There's a lot of creeps available as well, so Pudge might be in a little bit of trouble. Looking for a hook. He might be able to find the Maiden. He will be able to find the Maiden. Oh my gosh, I fear for her life, and they do see with the Observer Ward. Maiden running for her life. There's a Rapist on the backside, and it does just barely miss on the backside. No rape for you, Pudge. And I'm not condoning rape. I'm just saying that Maiden might have not survived that one in a very unpleasant fashion. Anyway, in the jungle, Mirana's all by her lonesome, getting burned up. Pudge ulti does fly on top of Lich, and here comes Mirana, tossing arrows to the wrong side. She's actually trying to get a kill on top of, I think, Shadow Fiend. Pudge taking a bunch of damage. The Observer was going to be scouting him out. Ice Path flies from Jakiro, catches both these guys. The ulti from Jakiro flies as well. Lich going to go ahead and run right inside it because, bro, fire is his best friend. Clearly fire is his best friend. But he's going to be making this one alive. His boots will be unbreaking here very soon, and his region will resume. I take that back. He got hit with the creep. Anyway, speaking of getting hit with the creep, Jakiro getting hit with the arrow is creeping right behind him. Lich looking for a slow. Not going to be able to get it. They're not going to go for it. Meanwhile, on top, we got a Gyrocopter getting himself a kill once again on top of Skywrath Mage. And Pornstar on this Gyrocopter, despite the fact that his build wasn't like too terribly impressive as far as his skill build, he is doing some work, and he is going to be able to help his team propel to the to higher parts in the game. What it's going to really boil down to is how farmed Clinkz gets, in my honest opinion, and Mirana. Like, I think those two are going to be the ones who make the biggest impact. As far as the mid game goes, as far as the late game goes, Gyrocopter's mid game impact is going to be stymied quite a bit because he doesn't have all that many points instead of he doesn't have all that many items as far as things to actually kill people with. His damage mainly comes from spells, and once Shadow Fiend gets himself a BKB, once PA gets herself a BKB, all of Gyrocopter's damage is essentially gone officially. So I think Smoyth pointed out very well. He said Gyrocopter always hits that awkward moment where he just doesn't have any damage. Like before he has physical damage, but right after he has magical damage. Anyway, speaking of magical damage, Shadow Fiend gonna take a bunch of damage. He's gonna be going down. Pudge ulti flies on top of Maiden. She's in a lot of trouble. Gets hooked, goes down. Jakiro Ice Path flies in the wrong direction, but he's gonna be losing his life here very soon. Lich ulti is available. Actually, I lied. It's not available anymore. He looks like he popped himself a Frost Blast and lost mana. And 3 for 1. That is a very, very, very nice trade. They lost their Maiden, who was just a support, who's not really going to do much for everybody else. Anyway, Pornstar on that Gyrocopter officially out of mana. Needs to be very careful. The missile's going to chase PA all the way back to the Gates of Hell, hitting for 330 damage. That is a maxed out missile. I think it got the max range on it too, as far as the damage possibilities. So in the mana region coming through on these guys, Mirana leaps to the side, give her allies a little bit of a speed boost, and also hop into the tree so she can buy her item. Lich ulti is available. I really don't think he should use it in this fight because Pudge is coming up here very soon. If he does try to drop it, he will get pulled into a very bad spot, and I think Lich will officially be retiring his life for roughly 25 seconds. Meanwhile, on top, Pornstar on that Gyrocopter, he picked himself up a rune, and this game, despite all the action, despite all the kills, I will say I'm a little bit sad to see not that many towers have gone down. Actually, absolutely no towers have gone down. There's been a lot of opportunities for towers to go down. Actually, before we talk about it, we got nice little Lich and a little bit of trouble trying to throw the ulti. No chance to throw it. Pudge ulti does go through. Looks like Pudge does officially get the kill. Clinkz in a lot of trouble. He has a skeleton walk in about 5 seconds time. Gyrocopter coming from the backside, throws on the missile, gets some stuff by Skywrath Mage. A lot of damage coming from those missiles. And wow, okay, Gyrocopter actually almost nuked down everybody. The AoE is too strong. Anyway, Clinkz still going for the hunt. Wants to go for something. Mirana arrow does fly. It does just barely miss everybody. Jakiro almost letting one of the heads get hit by the arrow. And this is one of those awkward moments. Like I said, it's starting to get to that phase where nobody really has damage. And now, man, speaking of not having damage, we got Clinkz in a lot of trouble. Sentry Wars do get placed down. They do have vision. He's in trouble. He's trying to run as fast as he possibly can. Does officially make it out alive, but he did take a ton of damage. Shadow Fiend looking for a raise. Not going to be able to find it. Instead, he gets fired right now into the ground. Sad, bro. Meanwhile, Mirana ulti is available. She needs to go and throw. Oh, man, Jakiro, not Jakiro. Lich ulti going to bounce on through. Getting 2 bounces. It's also going to bounce. Oh, it did not continue. Are you kidding me? That should have continued bouncing. That was what we like to call bull pucky. And there goes the arrow straight to the face. Mirana going to be able to get the kill. Actually, Crucial Maiden dropping the ulti a little bit too far away. PA a little bit too far out of range. Pudge going to find the Crucial Maiden, throw out the rod as well. Full ulti coming through for Crucial Maiden. She's doing a little bit of damage, and now we got Pudge looking for a rod, looking for some survival. Not going to be able to find it. Lich trying to get the last right click. Not going to be able to find it either. And we got the buyback coming out from Mirana. She really wants to go for this kill. Not worth the buyback at all. I'm not too terribly much how much she spent, but it's way too much. And now she can't get last hits as far as spawns goes. So, yeah. Things are happening all around the map, and I think my sugar high is wearing out, so this really sucks. Oh man, here comes the spiral. Anywho, we got Shadow Fiend getting hit with a nice little cold feed. He's trying to throw his ulti. Sadly, only 2 of his souls fly out because he only has 3 souls total. I think he had 6 or something at one point. And my apologies, let me adjust that audio real fast. Middle tower going to be going down. First tower is best tower. Hook from Pudge flies on top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter officially dead. Pudge kept himself another flesh heap stacking. He has so many stacks right now. He's like swag stack licious. Anyway, Pudge can keep his ally alive if he does throw the hook at the right spot. It looks like he's going to miss completely. Pudge coming in. He's officially exposed. Does not want to go down to the Clinkz. And it looks like he will be losing his life. Clinkz a little bit too aggressive with that. And Clinkz does get that kill. Speaking of being aggressive, Skywrath Mage running, juking left, juking right, taking, oh man, 165 damage. The Skywrath Mage is going to walk into the arrow. It does line up. Just, oh my gosh. I feel like one of those Korean casters, like, oh my gosh, Edu. Okay, no offense to anybody who's a Korean caster, but you guys are hilarious. I don't know what you're saying, but I know what you say. The same word over and over. It's clearly something very interesting. Anyway, one free crit come out from PA, doing a nice little chunk of damage. Sadly, she did go for a Vladimir's offering as opposed to going something for, you know, a little more effective, like maybe a Battle Fury, maybe the builds of a BKB, or maybe even, I don't know, maybe even straight up crit. I've seen it once before. I've legitimately seen a PA build a Daedalus before, and it was hilarious, because like, why would you get a Daedalus when you have probably one of the most strongest crits when it actually crits? Anyway, things can't be explained too terribly often. Anyway, speaking of things that can't be explained, PA in a little bit of trouble. Clinkz, no orchids available. Lich ulti does fly through. Skywrath Mage throws out the silence, and now the Lich ulti is going to be bouncing all the way around. Everybody's going to be going down. The Lich ulti is going to continue to bounce. Pudge is going to be the last one to slow by. Mirana going to be able to survive just because of that. Hook does miss, and now we got Pudge going to be going down. The missile flies, and here comes the other missile. Here comes the pain. Clinkz got himself a triple kill. GG comes off of Skywrath Mage. And it looks like that might be the end of the game. I don't really know. I mean, that's like a preemptive GG right there. I mean, the potential for the Radiant is there, but I think it's in the wrong person. There's a lot of potential in Pudge, and there's some potential in PA if she does decide to get her items correct. But I do foresee that Radiant, I do foresee the Dire making a little bit more mistakes than they should be. One of those mistakes mainly being how far Lich and Crystal Maiden decide to go in when they try to initiate a fight. First and foremost, Crystal Maiden and Lich shouldn't be initiating fights. Lich ulti is really nice to throw him when everybody's already in the fray of it, like, oh, and Pudge has already dropped his ulti on top of somebody, and like between that awkward moment and before the ice path flies through from Jakiro, well, actually, I take it back. The ice path from Jakiro will fly back first. So between the moment when Pudge is dropping his ulti and before Shadow Fiend starts getting his right clicks going, if you can throw your ult as Lich at that perfect moment to where it starts bouncing on top of everybody who's still clumped up and don't really know what's going on yet, you can get some really nice bounces. Combine that with Crystal Maiden's ult, if she can somehow get into the middle of the fight, which I think by blinking in, she should be able to legitimately get in there. Speaking of legitimately getting in there, she's going to be throwing a little bit of damage on top of Shadow Fiend. The arrow does fly on top of the creep, and sadly Crystal Maiden gets the last right click. It will be able to kill Shadow Fiend. Sad Shadow Fiend is sad. Very sad Shadow Fiend is very sad. Meanwhile, the Dire are marching in. Mirana ulti does go through. I don't know, just a little bit overzealous, I would say. Sentry Ward does get placed mid. These guys want to go for some more farm. PA does have a Sentry Ward in her hand, or on the ground, and she now has one in her hand. The whole entire Dire squad are running on the back, so there's going to be 2 dead people here very soon. I seriously doubt these guys will be able to do anything. Special PA arrowed up right now. Skywrath Mage is going to immediately try to run. He does get silenced up by the Clinkz. Beautiful pickup coming out from Clinkz. An easy kill is easy. People getting picked off like it's nothing. Top tower does go down. Crystal Maiden going to be able to claim that one. And she's working on what looks to be I hope it's not an Aghanim Scepter, but it may be. It may be an Aghanim Scepter. So far, so action-packed. I think this game is pretty darn one-sided so far. I'm really questioning between Shadow Fiend and PA, like how hard they can actually carry when it comes to late game. You have PA who's afraid enough to buy Century Wars, where Jakiro and Skywrath Mage. Well, Jakiro's actually building a normal standard support build, but we got Skywrath Mage spending all of his gold essentially on top of Century Wars. So we got a nice little fight going to happen here very soon. Jakiro. Those are the thing. Oh, Pudge hooked us on top of Lich. Not the best person to have. Actually, Lich is going to be the best person to have. The mechanism is officially down. Skywrath Mage's ulti flying on the backside. We got a lot of damage coming towards Gyrocopter. We is going to be going down. Shadow Fiend dies as well. Meanwhile, Pudge catches Hyena in the trees. Orcus does fly on top of Pudge. Pudge is going to go ahead and rot this girl to death. And it looks like they're not going to be able to find it. Clinkz still trying to go for kills on Pudge. Pudge is a very beefy hero, and I think Clinkz might be losing his life. He does decide to continue diving. He does decide against it. That's going to be really it. Le comes out from Gyrocopter. Arrow flies on top of this PA's face again. She's like an arrow magnet right now. Like, she's so attractive to arrows. Hook from Pudge flies. Sadly, it misses Clinkz. Ice Path flies through from Jakiro. Just a preemptive Ice Path. It's a casual, preemptively placed Ice Path. Meanwhile, Mirana's in the trees. Mirana's in the trees. And if we were lucky, she might give us a little sneeze. Anyway. Eminem swag. Let's do it. Clink's gonna go ahead and kill his stack. It's gonna be very detrimental to Gyrocopter's farm. Actually, they're on the same team. Never mind. I take it back. For some reason, I was thinking Gyrocopter's on the Radiant squad.
Is in turmoil.
And then I remembered. No, he's not. Blink daggers up on Pudge. I'm looking for Stalino to make some, or Stalino. Yeah, Stalino to make some really nice plays. He might try to blink into the high ground and hook somebody through. He has to be very careful about that because they do have cliff walking 5 seconds after they get hooked. After you blink. So he needs to be careful about that. Clinkz in the jungle, the mighty jungle, farming ancients away. He's going to be able to get his crit finished up. There's going to be a lot of extra damage coming out his way. I think Satanic should be his next item, or maybe even BKB. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Satanic come up on Clinkz. That would be a phenomenal item as far as his survivability goes. But a BKB will be just as nice because you have Jakiro with the Ice Pad, you have Shadow Fiend with his Razors, Pudge with his ulti plus his hook and his Rot. If you can just stop all that damage, you can just get rid of a lot of things. Anyway, Central Ward does get placed down. It's just barely out of vision range of tower, I think. We'll find out here very soon. It looks like it's just barely out of the range of tower. Skywrath Mage might be in a little bit of trouble. The Observer Ward does get placed through. Here comes ulti from Skywrath Mage. Everybody almost walks in. That's little zoning out. Now Lich is in a little bit of trouble. Arrow from, I'm sorry, the hook from, oh man, the hook from Pudge just barely missing Gyrocopter. The arrow from Mirana just barely missing everybody. The nice little dagger coming from PA. Lich coming onto the high ground. He gets silenced up by the Skywrath Mage. The Skywrath Mage is going to go ahead and run towards the ally. Lich ulti can come through. Looks like the ulti from Pudge will be falling through instead. A lot of damage coming towards Pudge's way. The mechanism does get popped this time. PA shows up. The team is really late. Clink's going to be able to pick himself off of PA. Now we got Lich going through the fire and the flames. Will he carry on? The answer is yes, he will. Getting his, crap, what's the name of the group?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, I forgot the name of the guys who made it through the fire and the flames. Like it's like fire. Something fire. Burning fire something. Ice Path flies up from Jakiro. He's going to get hit with an arrow here very soon. And also, he's going to get hit with a nice little missile. The missile is going to come through. He's moving as slow as possible. He gets hit with a nice little damage from Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter getting slapped in the face by the tower. He's going to be able to survive. Bottle charge is too strong. Meanwhile, Skywrath Mage really wishes he had a nuke. And he's going to go and throw out a slow. It does hit on top of Lich instead. Now, Lich needs to get silenced up. There comes the there comes the ulti coming up from Skywrath Mage. He did not throw his abilities. Look like Shadow Fiend going to be able to give himself a double kill before too terribly much happens, but it's not going to be enough to make it too terribly impressive because he still did lose his life. And there's another Le coming out from Jakiro. Got the Lily Aldrin swag. Meanwhile, the Pudge shows up, doing a bunch of damage to Gyrocopter. He's going to go and throw out the Rot. The arrow does hit, so the missile does hit. Cruiserman in a little bit of trouble. She might be going down here very soon. Pudge has a hook available in 2 seconds, 1 second. The creeps are body blocking. They're playing football right now. Pudge is going to go for the blink. He goes for the ulti instead and does get the kill on top of Crystal Maiden. Easy kill is easy. She goes down. Nice coming up from Duckbill Spoon. Or Duckbill Jones Spoon. And now Clinkz is hunting. Clinkz is looking for a Pudge. Pudge blinks forward. Just going to give himself a nice little disjointment on top of the tracking ability of Clinkz. And now Jakiro shows up around the corner. They should see the Clinkz. They did not see the Clinkz. He backs away. Mental Gen. And speaking of Mental Gen, let's look at these items. Because as far as what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing actually some decent item pickups coming up from the Radiant finally. We got the BKB coming up on top of Shadow Fiend once he does finish that up. I really do hope it's a BKB and not a straight up Desolator. Clinkz has officially been spotted. I hope they don't give it away. Because if they don't, they can get him to some very nasty position. And that is Jakiro can get an Ice Path, Pudge can get a hook or ulti or whatever. And just flat out kills the Clinkz, but Clinkz does back away. Very wise to sell too.
Bottom tower was inevitably denied.
Because he would have got murdered. Like, all kinds of murdered in the face. Like, his face equals his whole... Like that mud golem equals Clinkz's face right there. That's how murdered it would be right now. If he decided to stay. Overstay his welcome, you know. Shouldn't do that, guys. That's rude. Anyway, speaking of things that are rude, we got Mirana working on a data list, and it's almost finished. Clinkz has crits, and it's not going to be really going that far. He's working on his second part, which is the Demon Edge, which is that little part right there. That 46 damage, which would be phenomenal for him. Lich working on what looks to be a Veil of Discord. It looks like we got a nice little death come on top of Gyrocopter. The kill going towards Shadow Fiend plus Pudge, and Gyrocopter feeling very, very, very upset. That's exactly what happens. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin, I don't know what she's building, but she's been building it for quite a long time. She needs to continue to get her farm and do what she can. Skywrath Mage playing that super hard carry as far, or sorry, super hard support. And Jakiro, he has the mechanism available, so I'm actually a little proud of that. I think he's working on a Veil of Discord next, which can be a slight sign of that, or by that Mantle Intelligence, or maybe he's just broke for items. Shadow Fiend is in fact going for the BKB. Needs to go ahead and get that Ogre Club to fly out to him. Hopefully it doesn't get picked up by his Crystal Maiden, who actually does have damage. And speaking of having damage, Skywrath Mage, no damage. Dota, he officially goes down. Pia in a lot of trouble. She jumps right into the fight, looking for a crit. Not going to be able to find anything. Here comes the whole entire team just streaming in one by one. Shadow Fiend going to be the next one to go down. Needs to go and channel the ulti. Ulti does go through. Does a nice little chunk of damage to the Mirana and Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, Pudge gets his ulti, or stun coming up from Mirana. Nice little damage coming from Jakiro. Oh man, the Lich ulti is going to be bouncing around. It does not bounce on top of the creep. Sadly, Lich goes down officially to Jakiro. Crystal Maiden is trying to follow suit. Sadly, she does not. Meanwhile, Jakiro Ice Pad does land in the wrong direction. He's not going to be able to find Clinkz, and Clinkz is right on behind him. Pudge can drop himself a hook if he needs to, and the hook looks like it will be flying through. Clinkz is trying to run away as fast as he possibly can. The hook does go through. It just barely misses. And the arrow from Mirana just barely misses as well. Two very close calls, but it looks like we got somebody coming in. Gyrocopter Shadow Blade's in, right past the tower. Not what you want to do, but he's going to do it anyway because, bro, he's Gyrocopter. Drops the ulti, Jakiro right in the middle of it. Pudge drops the ulti. He's right in the middle of it too. Jakiro shows up, Ice Path, sits to fly. Gyrocopter going to be going out for his insolence. A slap in the face to the slap in the face that Gyrocopter just threw. The lack of respect. It's like, bro, respect my tower, please. And then Pudge and Jakiro just casually slap Gyrocopter in the face. You know, just slap him around a little bit. Skywrath Mage, guess what he has? More Sentry Wards, because, bro, he has Sentry Wards. He needs no items. I don't need mana. And he officially dies. 2 shots, almost 3 shots. Clinkz needs 1 more hit. It looks like the Orchid Burn not going to be enough. Not Gyrocopter. Skywrath Mage moves as fast as possible can. Pudge hook does come through. Here comes ulti. Clinkz is in a very bad spot now. Officially, he takes a bunch of damage. He's going to be going down. Crystal Maiden ulti going to be going through. Pudge looking for a hook or something to stop Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden going to be able to get the kill on top of Shadow Fiend. She's going to be losing her life here to the Pudge. And now we got the mega kill going towards Pudge. Mirana in a lot of trouble. Hook from Pudge can't fly through. Not going to be able to necessary. Pudge making some very nice plays. And also the team cast is helping out as well with the support. The main thing was that Crystal Maiden challenged her ulti. It got a full ulti off, and Pudge still has 16 flesh heap stacks, so he gives 0 explicit words about the damage that you do, bro. And he almost has an Aghanim Scepter. Actually, no. Yeah, he's 1 piece away from an Aghanim Scepter. So Pudge is showing you how to carry. Stellano on that Pudge playing some very impressive plays. The hook does fly. Lich does just barely get grazed by it. And oh my gosh. Who's messaging me right now? Please don't. Alright, someone's messaging me things, I don't really care. Anyway, we got Pudge taking a little bit of damage. Or not a little bit of damage. He has a Hood of Defiance, and he also has 16 freaking flesh heap stacks. That's max flesh heap right now. So he has, what is that, 16 times 2.5? That's a lot of extra strength that he's got. I mean, that just kind of explains his whole almost 3k HP with only no strength items. You know, he does have a hook available. If he catches Crystal Maiden, that'll be very nice. If he catches Lich, that'll be even nicer. Skywrath Mage's ulti does come through. He does catch a Crystal Maiden inside of it. Crystal Maiden almost getting hit with that hook. She does not get hooked in. Meanwhile, Gakko's going to sit there and stare at Roshan. He really wants to do it. Kind of like an adolescent teenager. Oh, yeah. Anyway, explicit jokes aside, we see Roshan getting beat up right now by all of these guys. The Frost Army getting thrown on top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter does as much damage as possible. Drops his ulti as well. Shadow Blade is all he really has. Meanwhile, Lich still working on what looks to be a Veil of Discord. Crystal Maiden working on an Aghanim Scepter for more damage from her ulti. I would disagree with this. I would prefer to see more supporty items on top of our Crystal Maiden. Maybe even a Hooded Defiance or a Pipe of Insight. But it looks like they're going to get wrapped around the corner by the BKB Shadow Fiend, who can actually walk in. We got the Pudge, not the hook. The hook does catch the Clinkz, and now we got the nice little ice pack catching everybody. Mirana ulti, Sally's already thrown down. The damage coming out from Lich, and now we got a lot of damage coming towards Jakiro. Luckily, he's the only person getting caught inside of it, so sadly, it's going to be 2 ultis wasted on top of just a Jakiro, and Lich has no ags. It's like, bro, do you even ag an Scepter, though? 100 seconds in like cooldown. Meanwhile, top tower going to take a little bit of damage from Mirana. Hyena going to do as much damage as possible. Might be able to take this down if she does kill the next creep wave before her creep wave arrives. And actually, she might lose her life. Her ulti's down. She needs to be very careful. Pudge has a blink available. Mirana going to go ahead and get silenced up. The ulti from Pudge does fly through. No Aghanim Scepter finish just yet, but if he does get this kill, he will have this gold now. It looks like one more creep, and there's the gold for that Aghanim Scepter. He's going to go ahead and finish it up. So Veil of Discord finished up. Pudge running on back to base. Stellano going to collect his big item, which will be Aghanim Scepter for him. I think at this point you might want to get Pudge a BKB. Just get rid of all the magic damage altogether. He can do quite a bit of work. His damage output is not too terribly high, especially since he doesn't have any true damage items, but his strength gain will always be there coming out from the fleshy stacks. And right now his right click hits for 173 without any true like damage items. Like his only damage item is the closest thing to it is Aghanim Scepter. That's really about it. Anyway, Skywrath Mage picks himself up on Illusion Rune. He's going to go ahead and run away. Clinkz probably figured out which one's the real one, and they're all going to go and kill it because Skywrath Mage is dead. Meanwhile, Clinkz does go for the first one. He throws out a right click, and the right click does land through. He actually thought it was the one behind it. Skywrath Mage takes so much damage from that automatically. He needs to be very careful. Throws out the ulti, forces Clinkz to take a little bit of damage, but Clinkz forces Skywrath Mage to take a little bit less of life. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin still trying to get items, working on that Battle Fury. If you guys are playing Phantom Assassin and you want to get a Battle Fury, get your Battle Fury before your Vlads. Maybe get like a piece or two of your Vladimir's offering just for stats and stuff. But definitely get more pieces. Anyway, we got Pudge getting a little bit of trouble. His ulti did get canceled because of that frost. Or because of Crucibatus thing. Anyway, Shadow Fiend ulti does come through as well. Getting rid of all the right click damage coming from anybody else. Lich ulti bouncing around, just playing ping pong on top of everybody's face. Jakiro going to be the last one to eat that. That's going to be about it. The hook from Pudge does fly through. Sadly it misses. Meanwhile on the backside we got Mirana. Hyena looking for an arrow. Arrow does fly. Hits Shadow Fiend. Bullseye is what she says. Leaps onto the side. Swag 3000. Pudge hook available. He's going to go ahead and toss a hook. No hook. No hook. No hook. No hook indeed. But I still do think maybe at this point Pudge might want to get a BKB. Just cause. Just to say he did it. You know, just to get one. Arrow from Mirana flies, it catches Stellano. They're all going to go for it. They're going to try to do as much damage as possible. His team needs to show up because Stellano has a lot of HP. He's actually going to take all the grunt of the damage. Luckily, nobody shows up, and Skywrath actually dies to because of the flat cannon, really. That's really all that killed him. Pudge is going to be going down. That's going to be a very, very, very detrimental loss because he's more or less carrying his team. Meanwhile, Jakiro getting hit with the arrow from Mirana. Luckily, he did drop his ulti, so everybody who walks up that high ground will be in a little bit of trouble. Mirana leaves forward. Hyena in a little bit of trouble. Mechanism getting popped by Jakiro once again. These guys are running as fast as they possibly can. PA could potentially kill that arrow. Looks like she's not going to do it. She's going to go ahead and throw a dagger on top of Gyrocopter's face, and Gyrocopter's going to be sad because he can't keep up. And Gyro needs to be careful because he can actually die here. If PA does decide to go for it, actually Shadow Fiend going to eat the arrow to the face. Gyrocopter is going to come forward. He's going to go for the damage instead. PA needs to turn around, go for the kill on top of Gyrocopter. Looks like Gyrocopter will be going down to the Shadow Fiend. Not enough life steal to keep you alive, bro. So some big mistakes coming up from Gyrocopter. Should not have been there. Should have just went on ahead and ran away. Or hid into the trees until his next Shadow Blade. Alright, let's take a look at the graphs because I want to see more cool things. As far as the items, we see those, 2 data lists and an Aghanim Scepter later. You see the Dire are in a nice position. Sadly, they have not been able to claim as much as they want to. I think they've been a little bit too aggressive. The gold graph is showing its way in favor of the Dire. A lot of gold going their way, a lot of XP going their way as well. They do need to be careful about that though because PA is still PA. I don't think she's going to be as effective late game as maybe a Clinkz or a Gyrocopter combined or separate. Actually, PA as a carry versus Clinkz with the MKB, Mirana with the MKB, or Gyrocopter with the MKB equals no longer a carry. Like, her ability to survive is going to be way down, especially considering that all she has right now is the Vlads and not even a Battle Fury yet. Anyway, the hook does come from Pudge. Chris Maiden going to be a lot of trouble. Throws out the ulti, does get canceled immediately. Everybody's just running on top of her. Phantom Assassin getting some much needed gold. 350 going her way. Lich dropping that Veil of Discord. Should have got nags, bro. Should have got nags. So Veil of Discord, as far as items go, I think an Agnes have to be way better. Lich doesn't really need as much HP, stats, and all this because like armor's not gonna do much for him because he's gonna die anyway. Lich ulti does fly through. They're catching everybody. It's gonna bounce out a few people. If it bounces back to Mirana or PA, she's gonna be officially dead. The creeps are still coming through, letting the bounces go on as well, and the bounces do go through. Double kill going towards Mirana, RT, and Hyena gonna be going down. Finally, 2 PA, 505 gold going towards Phantom Assassin. And now, oh, sorry, going towards Phantom Assassin. Now we got Phantom Assassin gonna go ahead and give herself another kill, or no, just an assist. Pudge claiming that kill. And Skywrath made still no items, but he's actually going to be going down before he can actually buy anything. Situators are placed all up in the middle of the lane, so Gyrocopter needs to officially be on notice. Looks like Pudge and crew are going to come through. Phantom Assassin is going to go all in on top of this kill. She might get hit by a missile, and the missile will hit finally in a less dangerous spot. And looks like she does claim a little bit more gold. And things are starting to be a lot better for the Radiant side, I must say. If I had to give a single person credit, of course I would have to give credit to Pudge because I think Pudge has been the only thing keeping the Radiant in this game entirely. So 21 flesh heap stacks, well deserved, Pudge. Well freaking deserved. Also, let's give credit where credit is due to the mistakes that have been coming out from the Dire side. I've seen a few too many overly aggressive Gyrocopter plays, and maybe one or two overly aggressive Mirana plays. But outside of that, the Dire have been playing as well as they possibly could have been. They do have more kills, they do technically have more towers, but the one thing you have to be very careful about, you have to be extremely careful about in every single game you play at Dota, especially if you grab like a really early lead and then you just like, your enemy team didn't claim any of your towers, but you claim all of their towers and you have this really nice advantage. If the gold grab is even close to near each other, like if it's nearly at like the 3,000 mark and you're like 5 towers ahead, you're in trouble because that means your enemy has a lot of towers to collect. Anyway, we got Mirana in a little bit of trouble. We got Skywrath is going to be going for some nice little damage, and it looks like he's trying to bait everybody out. He's going to be able to successfully bait. Masterful bait is what I'll say. He does get hit with the ulti, the arrow coming from Mirana. Sadly, Pudge does not help out as well. Meanwhile, Clinkz is invisible right now. He throws out the nice little damage on top of Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend going to be in a lot of trouble. He could have popped that BKB if he was thinking, but he still would have died just as fast. Clinkz going to go ahead and give himself a kill on top of Jakiro. Pudge in the middle of it all does get a kill on top of Clinkz. Hook does fly into the very awkward position. He's actually going to try to rout himself to death. Meanwhile, arrow from Mirana flies. Pudge taking a bunch of damage. His team is no longer here to help him out, and he does officially go down. No deny for you. Meanwhile, top tower does go down because the creeps are vicious, man. Look at these things. Look at that mask. That mask though. Look at it. It's like Juggernaut's mask on like a high amount of swag. Look at it. He's like, bro, you don't even want this. Come at me, bro. What, you want some too? Take it. That's right, you dead. Take it. Oh no, look, now he got his boys coming up here. It's like, yeah, let's go get him. Let's go get him. Let's go mess him up. Anyway, clearly Cool Blue is still not off his candy high. That's all I gotta say. Anywho, speaking of being candy and on high, or being on anyways, transition ruined aside, we got both sides kind of getting to their nice little moments. It's almost like Skywrath Mage is not really in this game, I must say. He's been buying all the Sentry Wards, all the Observer Wards, and that's great and all, but he really needs to get some items. If you're playing a support, and you know you're behind by quite a bit, and you can't really do anything but just sit there and die anyway, might as well buy yourself 2 bracers. It's only 1,000 gold essentially for both of those. Just some cheap stats to keep you alive. And man, speaking of keeping you alive, Lich is going to be a little bit of trouble. The Ice Pack can't fly with Jakiro. He's not going to be able to find it. Shadow Fiend, not enough damage to force Lich to back away. He only has 11 pieces inside of his Necromastery. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter ulti does come through. We got the arrow from Gyrocopter flying out. We got a lot of damage coming from Crystal Maiden. Sadly, it's a little bit out of range. Lich or Lavar on that Shadow Fiend going to be able to survive because Gyrocopter is not going to be able to do anything but just Shadow Blade and throw it one Rocket Barrage. That's something that you do in a Billy Drive Pro. It's not what you do here. Meanwhile, Jakiro going to be able to survive. Ice Path does fly through. He's going to be getting hit with the missile. He just might be going down though. I did not think about that. Pudge does blink forward, gets ulti on top of Crystal Maiden. Big target for him to go for because Crystal Maiden ulti is down, but she still does quite a bit. Pudge has a hook available in 5 seconds. The 7 seconds time looks like he's going to go throw out the rod. Jakiro going to go throw out the Ice Path. Ice Path does miss. Pudge hook needs to go for Gyrocopter because it's a very important target. Looks like he should go for Crystal Maiden now. And Crystal Maiden does go down. Meanwhile, Pudge is suddenly in the middle of everything, gets himself a triple kill. Actually, I lied. That wasn't him getting a triple kill. That was Lich getting a triple kill. Everybody on Pudge's team died. That was hilarious. But Pudge was kind of in the middle of everything. RT in Hyena on that Mirana does have some really nice items. BKB will be the single missing item from her build. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if I saw a late Mjolnir come up on her. The right click damage coming up from her is going to be it's really strong right now. She did recently buy back, which I do not agree with. She was not necessarily a factor in that fight. Maybe she bought back and dropped her ulti. That would have been nice. But she just bought back and ran mid, and that's really about it. And she cannot collect any farm. So RT and Hyena is going to go ahead and collect some XP while he's farm, or while he's in the jungle. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin working on a Basher. Battlefield fully finished up. Basher going to be up in about 400 gold's time. She's going to be collecting as much farm as possible. She's finally going to be a factor now. Her crits are hitting at 900, which is actually pretty decent relative to where she was at the very beginning of the game, which is pretty darn far behind. We got a tornado stick come up on Jakiro, so that's going to be really nice as far as our eliminating somebody like maybe even a Clinkz or Mirana from the fight. Or maybe even keeping herself alive. You don't really know. Anyway, Phantom Assassin going to be getting no farm from there. Really needs, like, literally needs one last hit to finish her Basher. Like, literally one last hit. Or just wait for a few seconds. So she's going to go ahead and run back to base and pick up that Basher. And there we go, a big item for PA, finally finished up. BKB needs to be her next item, I gotta be completely honest with you, because the amount of control coming out from the Radiant, or coming out from the Dire is actually pretty darn strong. You have the arrows from Mirana, you got the Frostbite from Crystal Maiden, you got Clinkz with his Orchids, which is very annoying. Actually, he almost lost his life here. Speaking of being very annoying, we got Skywrath Mage being extremely annoying. He has Arcane Boosting, he feels like he has full swag, working on Sheepstick by the looks of it. Mirana gonna be trying to run away, she's gonna get hit with a nice little thing, and now we got Roshan gonna be getting done in the jungle as well. And speaking of people getting done in the jungle, Crystal Maiden might be getting done in the jungle here. She needs to be very careful. Lich also gonna bounce through. The Dust Appearance does go through, and looks like both supports will be losing life because both bros are like, hey, let's go together, and they do die together. Meanwhile, Lich does come in, oh sorry, no, Lich, PA does come into the middle of the fight. Sadly, she's not gonna be able to do much except, actually no, Pudge is here to help her out. She's getting a little bit of life still, needs to get one lucky bash, does officially get it. Lich gonna be going, or PA gonna be going down, Pudge gonna be get killed up a Lich, and now Crystal Maiden in a lot of trouble, throws out the slow. Pudge gonna go ahead and throw out the rot, just gonna rot Crystal Maiden to death. Here comes a blink here very soon, he's gonna be able to blink in 3 seconds time. Frostbite does come through. Now we got Gyrocopter doing a little bit. Now Pudge is going to say, bro, let's do it. Let's get together. Let's get all cozy together. And Gyrocopter does officially go down. Pudge can blink in 3 seconds time to kill Crystal Maiden if he really wants to. Looks like he's going to do it. Crystal Maiden in a little bit of trouble. The hook can't fly. It will fly. Looks like he's going to throw the ulti instead. Heal himself up. And bro, Pudge is playing out of his mind right now. Level 25 already. 42 minutes in. Stellano's still playing that carry Pudge. And I haven't seen a carry Pudge since never. Ever have I seen a carry Pudge. I gotta be completely honest. I mean, there's a few times where Pudge just like snowballs and you can't do anything against him anyway, but this is kind of like a new definition of snowballing. The fact that Pudge has an axe and he's working on a heart, he has everything he needs for a heart. All the Curry has to do is go pick up the last piece. But I think he might be saving for buyback. Which, if he dies right now, he won't have buyback, so it won't matter anyway. But his damage is literally flesh heap stacks, and he has a Reaver. So anyway, Pudge all by himself, gonna go and punch the tower a few times. What are they gonna do? A buyback? Okay, please. That's what Pudge is saying right now. It's like, please buyback, I dare you. Speaking strategically on the teams, though, they really do need PA to get a lot more farm before she can actually carry her team. BKB needs to be an absolute necessity, especially considering now that Clinkz has an MKB. He gives zero explicit words about her evasion. He can hear her every single time, and I think he will focus her every single time. Also, he crits, was that 600 or 800? Oh, okay, 800. Thank you, Clinkz. Thanks for reminding me. So not only does he have an MKB, which means he can't miss, he also has crits. His crits are pretty high. I think Clinkz needs a BKB now. Sell Magic Wand, get BKB, and after that, get a Satanic. And just like, bro, you want to go toe-to-toe? Let's do this. Maybe boost your travel once he's all fancy and swagged up with items. Meanwhile, the entire Radiant team are running around the backside. They're going to come from the backside. Skywrath is going to be the first one leading the charge. Going to see if he can find the Lich. I do not think he should be the one leading the charge, but he is going to be the one leading the charge. Gyrocopter Shadow Blades on the backside. Sentry was placed everywhere. Now we got Lich getting hit with a nice little silence. Skywrath is going to go and throw it slow. Pudge showing up. Going to throw ult on top of Lich. Beautiful play because they know Lich is the biggest target, and Pudge does immediately kill him. All the damage pretty much gone. Clinkz literally 20,000 damage. It's going to be officially going down. The Mirana ulti does get thrown down, but it doesn't really matter. 3 for 3, and I think the important 3 got killed on the side of the Dire side. You got PA still alive, and you got Pudge still alive. Pudge is going to go ahead and help his ally out. He needs to blink in as soon as he possibly can. Blink can't come through now, and he's going to go and throw out the rot. A lot of damage comes towards Mirana. Mirana going to be able to get the kill on top of PA because of a lucky crit. Pudge does not get the hook, but he will be able to blink in 5 seconds time. Hyena needs to run as fast as possibly can. She can actually blink, leap in 3 seconds time. Pudge going to blink forward, throw out the rot, and it should be the death of Mirana. Mirana does leap to the low ground. Pudge leaps to the wrong ground. And it looks like Mirana does officially survive. Juke swag is on so many levels of high right now. Meanwhile, Shiva's Guard coming up on Crystal Maiden, which would be a nice item if she can find herself a Pudge, but I don't think she wants to do that, especially in the absence of her whole entire team. BKB coming up on Pudge, like I said, it's one of those items that he needs to consider building because the stuns and disables coming up from the enemy team is actually pretty darn annoying. And if Pudge BKBs, I don't think his rot damage hurts him at all, so he should be able to go through everything. Anywho, we got Pudge in a little bit of trouble. His whole he's getting surrounded by everybody. Crystal Man drops it ulti, and Pudge trying to run as fast as possible can, still surviving because, bro, he is like, let's do this. He's taking on the whole entire team all by himself. Frostbite flies through. He's going to throw his ulti on top of Gyrocopter. Looks like he's going to throw it, and he gets a lot of HP heal. A lot of damage coming towards Gyrocopter. Now Pudge officially going to be going out. Sadly, the rest of Pudge's team were not available to go through and actually help him out. So, very sad, very sad. Look, he almost killed Gyrocopter with like 2 swings of his ult, which I think his ult hits for like what? It hits like 3 times? Or no, maybe it hits for like I don't know, 6 swings. I think it hits for 6 swings. So if it hits for 6 swings, it's 175 damage, and he gets a strength multiplier of 1, so that's a lot of damage. That's like, if Pudge got a crit, that'd be pretty hilarious. But 175 plus 281, and Gyrocopter has 16 armor. That's a decent amount of armor. Pudge doesn't really care. He'll still probably kill Gyrocopter. Because I think is that magical? It's magical damage anyway. Anyway, Jakiro gonna go right in the middle of it, gets an immediate kill on top of Gyrocopter. He did not know what the freak was going on. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden not gonna know what the heck is going on either. She gets bashed into the face. Shadow Fiend does give himself a nice little last hit, so he will be giving himself a lot of souls from that, and also a lot of gold. 398 gold gonna be going his way. Shadow Blade plus BKB up on Shadow Fiend. Roshan did go towards, I think it went towards the Clinkz. So that's nice and all. But we're starting to hit that point to where Clinkz is going to become less and less and less of a factor, especially with Pudge so freaking big. Gyrocopter's effectiveness, like I said before, is officially stymied because he did not go for items that can actually do damage. Like, all his damage is literally all of his magic damage. Like, I can actually use the word literally because that's really all it is. If you combine his right clicks, let's see. Let's say all his spells get to go through for full duration, so let's see, he has, what, 5 seconds to... No. How long does it take? How long does that? I really don't know how long a missile takes to travel. So I say missile takes 3 seconds to travel to actually hit somebody. He gets 3 seconds of rocket barrage, or 5 seconds of rocket barrage. So that's nope. Okay, he gets 10 rockets, so 10 times 230. That's, wow, really? Holy crap! 2,300 damage. Wow. Okay. Anyway, 2,300 damage coming up from the rocket barrage. Also, holy missile hits for 440. So that's 230 plus 440, that's what, 740? Plus his ulti, which should hit for... He has no ags, so it's going to only hit for 350 plus 200, so 550. That's about 3,000... I don't know, was that 3,000? Is that 3,000 or is that 3,500? Oh, something like that. That's about 3,500 damage versus his right click in 5 seconds time. Actually, Shadow Fiend going to be going out 2 right clicks. He's officially down. Hyena feeling like a baller, and now we got Skywrath Mage coming on the backside. And he's going to throw the concussive blast. Sadly, doesn't throw it. Throws his ulti instead. I think it's very, very inappropriate Skywrath Mage play, and I'm very offended, I must say. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking with you. Anyway, Lich going to go ahead and go in. PA might be able to get himself a lucky bash. Bash on the first hit. Easy kill is easy. Lich ulti is going to go ahead and fly through. Actually, PA taking a bunch of damage. She's going to be going into the Crystal Maiden by the looks of it. Frostbite does fly through. Right click flying through as well. Crystal Man drops the ulti. Gives himself a double kill. Ice Path comes up from Jakiro. Nice little mechanism come up from Jakiro as well. He officially goes down. A lot of right click coming his way. Meanwhile, here comes Pudge, hanging out on the high ground. BKB almost finished up. Hart finished up as well. Clinkz looks like he might be the one to go down. Pudge hook does fly through. And here comes the cliff walking that we all looked for. Pudge going to give himself an ulti, plus he gives himself as much ride as possible. Clinkz walking on the high ground. He's officially stuck. And now Pudge in a lot of trouble, getting surrounded by everybody. He's going to be going down. Too much damage, too much swag. Clinkz almost able to walk away, but decides to stay up and let his team kill him. Meanwhile, Clinkz has, like, no way to get down. He's going to, like, chill up there. Officially removed from the game. That's, like, the next level of stunning somebody. He's like, perma-stunned right now. Anyway, middle racks is going to be going down. A lot of damage coming to the racks. I don't know if the Radiant will be able to actually push back from this. It's only going to be one set of racks is going down. They might be able to go for second set of racks. I think if the Dire do decide to go for second set of racks, it should go for one that's preferably on a little bit more damage, which I think bottom tower, top tower. So they should go for top racks just to make it a little bit harder. So my Clinkz is still looking for Still looking for a way down. Not too terribly sure how he's going to get down. Anyway, we got Crystal Maiden. Gonna be forced to back away. Skywrath Mage trying to come in with all his damage. He's gonna throw silence on top of Gyrocopter. Not gonna be able to find it. Actually goes down on just like one little crit. A little bit of damage coming from Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend gets the right click damage coming on top of Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter gets hit with the PA. Nice little play coming up from her. Here comes the Lich ulti. Gonna be bouncing around on top of two. Only two. Nice little ice path from Jakiro, canceling all of the nasty damage coming from Crystal Maiden. And it looks like PA could actually go back in and fight if she really wanted to, but she decides not to. BKB almost finished up. I do think it's very smart. She goes in for Mirana instead. No bash because, bro, bashes are too swag for you. And she does officially get the last hit bash. Where do you think you're going is exactly what she just said. Curry coming towards Clinkz is going to bring him a TP scroll. And oh yeah, PA got herself another kill. Cool. Anyway, Courier getting pushed back and forth. Clinkz almost has a... Oh, okay.
Radiant's middle tower is
Clinkz really wants his TP scroll because he really doesn't want to get an abandon, and that'll be pretty sad if he got an abandon because he was stuck on the high ground for 5 minutes. But whoever this is playing with the Courier is like, it's like a jerk. Looks like they have an argument. They're just like, oh no, I want to get my item. Let me get my item. Oh my god, I was born this way. It's like actually what he's saying. So that's like a phase of the game, like the 5-minute phase where Clinkz doesn't get his item. Oh, that's not right. I was about to say, come on, that's not right. That's like messed up. Alright, no, Clinkz, you need to put your... Oh, okay. Yeah, Clinkz needs that courier back. So he's gonna drop an ultimate orb to take his... Ooh, okay, that's tough. Alright, 1 minute before Aegis runs out. That's good. So if he waits long enough, his Aegis will run out. But I think he might get abandoned because he hasn't collected XP in like at least 3 minutes, and that's another minute before Aegis comes off of him. If Clinkz gets an abandon, I'll be extremely sad for the team on the side of the Dire. Looks like Shadow Fiend's going to show up though, so Clinkz will be able to get a little bit of XP. He's actually going to get a right click on top of Shadow Fiend. Almost does enough damage, actually kills the curry, or creeps instead. It's a very well played. Meanwhile, they do know that he's officially up here. And Pudge's like, bro, you still up here? Let me help you down. And here comes the damage. Here comes the Clinkz. Going to be going out. Aegis does get burned as well. TP scroll on the high ground. Who really wants it? Pudge ulti is not available. Meanwhile, a lot of damage coming towards Clinkz. And Clinkz not going to be able to make us alive either. He goes down. Easy kills easy. Dividends have been officially paid. All that time Clinkz was not farming. All that time Aegis was not being used effectively. And all that time Clinkz is going to have to spend dead. It's just like, bro, I think that might be Raxus. I think that might be a Rax. They're gonna march for it. They can possibly kill 2 towers before Clinkz comes back alive, and he has no buyback gold. That's one thing to mention. Scotty's almost finished up on Clinkz, so that's one thing to consider. If he did not die in that awkward moment, he would have been able to go ahead and get himself a Scotty fully. Meanwhile, Pudge 33 flesh heap stacks, and also he's working on the BKB. After this tower goes down, he should be able to have that BKB finished, assuming he kills the creeps as well. Gyrocopter on the backside. The ulti comes off of Gyrocopter. Here comes the ulti from Pudge. Catch a Gyrocopter. Where are you going, bro? He's dead. A lot of damage coming his way. Pudge just officially rides him. Lich eating a bunch of damage from the face, and now we got the BKB getting popped by Fan Assassin gets a nice little bash. Lich in a lot of trouble. The ulti does come through from Mirana. Not going to be able to keep him alive, and a lot of people running away very fast. Pudge looking very scared. Mirana going to be in con side of it. Her ulti is going to be off in a few seconds. She needs to be very careful. PA might be going toe-to-toe with this Mirana. Mirana looks like she's going to be able to win this fight. She has an MKB available. Pudge does jump forward. His ulti is available in 1 second's time. Throws out the hook. Hook does miss. He needs to back away as fast as he possibly can because Chris Maiden can't throw out the slow. It looks like Mirana does have the damage necessary to force Pudge to stand still. Pudge's going to go ahead and get the ulti off. A lot of damage coming his way. Look at the heal. Look at the damage coming on top of Mirana. He actually does get the kill on top of Mirana. And Mirana does get the arrow on top of his face. And Chris Maiden does pick up the last hit. But that is one of the things that a lot of people don't take into consideration with Pudge, is that his ulti with an Agnes have to heals him for whatever damage that he does. And considering that he does 299 plus 24 damage plus 175 damage, and that's all I think all that's magical. Yeah, all that's... Wait, is it... What? Multiplier? No way. I don't believe you. Anyway, a lot of damage that he can heal up for. That's like a satanic right there. Pudge has a satanic in his ulti for 3 seconds. That's like not fair. And oh, by the way, you're stunned while you're satanicked up. Good luck surviving that. So anyway, the game still rages on. Luckily it looks like, or sorry, somehow it looks like the Raiden were able to get the nice little second win because Clinkz was stuck on the high ground. If you look at the items, they're becoming a little bit more ridiculous. Despite the fact that the rating was so freaking far behind, the Dire have not been able to actually close the gap. Like I said, I keep saying it over and over and over and over. The effectiveness of Clinkz is not as strong as people want to say it is. He can have all the big items that he wants, but when it comes down to it, he has like 0 HP, like literally no HP. PA can just pretty much crit Clinkz like maybe 3 times, and she has a basher now, so Clinkz can't run away. But if she crits Clinkz like 3 times, I think Clinkz is pretty much more or less dead. That's more so a fact of PA's crits are really nasty. But it's also a fact of yeah, oh man, Jakiro almost gets ice path on top of Clinkz. That'd have been pretty sick. But Clinkz does dodge it. And speaking of dodging, PA does come forward. She might be in a little bit of trouble. Gyrocopter's going to come forward, try to see if he can find the kill. PA can't go out the blink on top of the shot. Gyrocopter's not going to be the one to take the damage. So that PA going to take a whole bunch of damage. Gets hit with this nice little arrow. She somehow survives. Meanwhile, Clinkz does come forward. BKB gets popped by Pudge. They have a dust appearance. It does go on top of Clinkz. Pudge Hook can come through if he needs to. It looks like he will throw as fast as he possibly can. The creep does going to block. He's going to body block it. Pudge's not feeling very happy about that. That's his first BKB charge of the game. That's 10 seconds well wasted. PA just doing a nice little casual 1600 crit. And here comes the entire team just gathering around. Butterfly up on Gyrocopter, so he officially has some damage now. I would like to see a Butterfly BKB Scotty. Not Scotty. Butterfly BKB Satanic. So he can have some HP and also some damage. And also some immunity. Also, I don't know if Pudge's ulti's damage is... Yes, it's all magical. Never mind. I don't know. I'm crazy. That's all magical. BKB blocks it all. Shadow Fiend, or Shadow Fiend, working on the AC by the looks of it. It's going to be really nice for him. Mirana ulti going to get used. The creeps are going to be able to scout these guys out, and they are going to be able to know that, hey, they have Sentry Wards placed over here. They're going to kill all the creeps immediately. Meanwhile, the Radiant are going to go ahead and defend their tower. Gyrocopter taking a bunch of damage. Shadow Fiend not going to be able to get that last hit. Meanwhile, speaking of last hits, Pudge does blink to the side. Shadow Fiend in a little bit of trouble. BKB needs to be popped like right immediately. He does pop his BKB. Pudge, the BKB is still on cooldown. He's going to go ahead and go for the ulti on top of who looks to be Clinkz. Looks like Clinkz is going to be going down. Pudge does not get an ulti off. He already used it. And Pudge taking all that damage. BKB does get popped in 5 seconds. He has 4 seconds left. He can pop it right about now, and he might be able to survive this fight. He can actually turn around and go for a kill if he wants to. He does turn around. He's going to go for something. He's going to jump into the Lich and forces the Gyrocopter to go down, and here comes a dead Lich. Lich, you might be losing your life here very soon, bro, because Pudge has an ulti and a blink up in 5 seconds time. PA is going to chase you to the gates of hell. Hook from Pudge flies. Doesn't really matter. PA gets the crit, and somehow it still seems that the Radiant are not able to do anything. Oh, man. Mirana tosses an arrow, kills the Skywrath Mage, but she will lose her life. Pudge Hook. Oh, my gosh. Pudge Hook's so freaking close. Like, I have nightmares about Pudge Hooks that are that close. That was legit scary. I really do hope PA is not going to be going for a rapier. It will help her out because when you're behind, if you build yourself a rapier, that will give you a lot of damage. But it looks like instead, she's going to be going for an MKB, which I think is a nice item. It gives her a bunch of free damage, and also it makes sure that she can actually hit Gyrocopter every single time. And if Clinkz decides to build a butterfly, same thing for him. Mirana, she wanted to, she can get the MKB as well. You can get the MKB, all of them. Anywho, moving on to the rest of the items, because like I said, PA's items looking better. I would like to see an A-Blade soon too, so maybe after MKB, A-Blade, and maybe she can upgrade that, maybe if she wants to, she can upgrade her Vladimir's Offering into a Satanic. Really the only person that the Vladimir's Offering is benefiting is Pudge. It's helping out her damage a little bit, but I mean, 15% of a lot of damage is still a lot of extra damage, so sure. But I think Satanic would get her a long ways in this game because she does need the HP. She does need the lifesteal will be phenomenal if she actually gets like a gigantic crit. She can pretty much heal herself fully. So that'd be really nice. Meanwhile, the talk I was talking about before with the towers, if you're ahead by towers early on and you suddenly just start losing towers, the gold graph just starts to reflect very negatively on you. The Dire have been holding it down this whole entire time, but it looks like it's starting to come back up like some bad dinner. And or some really bad seafood. Oh, that visual. Okay, let's not do that. Anyway, fantasy points showing 0 across the boards because nobody has fantasies about none of these guys, which I feel sad. Makes me feel sad. But don't worry, guys. I have fantasies about you guys because I want my viewers to know that I appreciate my viewers. I appreciate the people who take the time to watch my videos because they take the time to watch my videos. And speaking of taking the time to watch my videos, Hyena going to be forced to run away. BKB does come out from Shadow Fiend. Not really needed. He kind of got trigger happy. I think if he would just drop the Shadow Blade, he would have been fine. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter down bottom. He's going to get hit with a nice little dagger. And, oh man, Mirana. Phantasm not going to be able to find him. I hope Gyrocopter doesn't want to go for it. He's going to go for it. Not a good fight at all. PA is going to be able to get this kill right as soon as she gets unstunned. It looks like Pudge shows up as well. Here comes the death from Gyrocopter. Very overzealous play coming from Gyrocopter. That is like the 3rd time that that's happened this whole entire time. And he feels like he can solo the PA, but he can't solo PA right now. I actually don't think he can solo PA ever now, since PA has officially an MKB, which is like 1,000 crap tons of damage. Anyway, speaking of MKB, PA is going to be in the jungle. She's going to find the Clinkz. Go and throw it slow. Slow does miss. And here comes the rest of the team coming up from the rest of the squad. MKB is up on PA, so she officially has a little bit more damage to her name. And now, ooh, who's this? Shadow Fiend. Okay, it's an easy kill. He needs to go ahead and Shadow Blade now. He does Shadow Blade as soon as he possibly can, so no more damage comes his way. Shiva's guard is also behind his back, so slow him down a little bit. PA, back away, please. You do not want to fight this, especially not with Pudge around. Like, if Pudge can somehow get into the middle of the fight and do what he's been doing this whole entire time, and everybody else can be around and, like, be there to do damage, they can do quite a bit. Because despite the fact that Pudge is just like a walking tank, if you want to put it like that, he can also do quite a bit of damage right now. His ulti, I talked about this before, is a one-time multiplier on his strength gain, or on his strength. And his strength right now is sitting at 200 and something. Actually, sorry, my bad. I put his ulti at 1 times his actual damage, which is not true. It's 1 times his strength, which is still pretty darn high. 208. Wait, no, it's not 208. 277. That's what we're seeing. So 277 plus 175 equals a lot of damage for free. If they get a Villa Discord, it's going to be a lot of extra damage as well. And Pudge has himself a Hooded Defiance, so that means he's going to be able to drop himself, or just negate a little bit of that damage. I think he can negate like the first burst damage of Crystal Mania's Crystal Nova. He can also negate the whole entire Frost Blast of Lich. He can also negate 1 entire bounce from Lich, who actually has an Aghanim Scepter now, so that's actually important. Which an Ags on Lich can like just wreck the whole entire team. Anyway, BKB gets used by the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend going to go ahead and come forth, trying to go for the ulti. Ulti's going to be going through, just negating everybody's damage by a little bit. They need to be very careful. Clinkz is going to come forward. His damage officially reduced, only critting for 200. Going to be forced to back away. Pudge throws out the ulti, but Clinkz in a lot of trouble. Mechanism does get popped off, bro. Who really cares? He's officially dead. Lich ulti not going to be getting tossed around. Nice little sounds from Skywrath Mage. Beautiful play coming up from him. Cheese does not get eaten by Lich, and he officially goes down. Meanwhile, Skywrath Mage's ulti does come through as well. That Skywrath ult is what saved them that game, right? Or saved them that fight right there. Crystal Mania ulti does come through. Shadow Fiend going to be able to get that kill. Pudge going toe-to-toe with this Clinkz, and Clinkz looks like he's going to be going down to the arrow from Pudge. Pudge still getting the ride. Here comes a Disappearance. The hook does come through. Clinkz going to be going down. 40 flesh heap stacks for Pudge. A buyback from Clinkz immediately. And they saw the arrow from Mirana. They saw it. They want it. They're going to go for it. They're not going to be able to find it. Butterfly is up on Mirana. And I really do like the fact that PA did build the MKB, like I said before. She has her items. The only thing she's missing right now is really just some other form of survivability. And by other form, I mean besides the BKB. Maybe... Jesus. Sorry. 1 second. Oh my god! Okay, it's gonna go off again. My apologies, guys. I know we all love the Water World theme by Mario. It's a freaking awesome theme, but... Come on, guys. 1 game at a time. 1 game at a time. Anywho, PA does come into the jungle, or sorry, does come forward to the mid. She might be in a little bit of trouble. She gets silenced up. She needs to pop that BKB now. She does not pop it. Instead, she gets murdered in the face. If she would have popped that BKB, she might have been able to survive. She had a Blink Strike available. She could have dropped to a creep and maybe ran away fast enough. But Clinkz is pretty darn fast. And between these two guys' crits are pretty darn high. Like, we're at that point where Shadow Fiend needs to drop his ulti every single fight just to make sure that his squad can actually do damage. And by his squad, I mean PA. Until she gets herself something like an A-Blade or something like an A-Blade, that's really about it. Like a BKB, if she would have popped it earlier, she might have been able to survive. As soon as she saw the arrow come through, she could have dropped it. But hey, hindsight is 20/20. We can hear the arrow and she cannot, so it's a little bit easier for us to say, oh my gosh, the arrow, the arrow! A little bit hard for her to say it. And the arrow from Mirana does fly through. Shadow Fiend getting called in once again. He's not going to be feeling too happy about that. Mirana going to go ahead and murder him. That's what Tornado Stick from Jakiro. BKB gets popped by Shadow Fiend. He's going to come forth and try to get his ulti off. He needs to get his ulti off in the middle of this fight because there's a lot of right click coming up from these guys. He does not get it off. Instead, he's going to go ahead and sacrifice his tower. Nice little hook from Pudge. Gets himself a kill on top of Gyrocopter. And Gyrocopter and crew are going to be running away as fast as they possibly can. Actually, Mirana and crew are going to be running away as fast as possible from Pudge. Pudge is a little bit too big right now to deal with. That fat person right there. Look at him. Like, all he needs now is boosted travel. 14 century? Are you kidding me? I think that was a transfer of gold. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Skywrath just transferred gold. That's all he's doing right now. So, okay. He's trying to make sure the big people can get bigger. Pudge, Blink Dagger. He's going to pick that back up. I think that's an important item. And boosted travel needs to be his next item. But he's going to go ahead and save for buyback instead. So Blink can't come forward. AC is up on Shadow Fiend, so he's going to be able to survive because that Sentry Ward does get placed down, and Clinkz is going to be in a little bit of trouble if he does come too far forward, and he does not. So luckily, Shadow Fiend is going to be able to survive and live for another day. Meanwhile, mid, we got PA in a little bit of trouble. Clinkz is around the corner. Wants to go for some scrappy fights. Not going to be able to get it. Pudge hook. Almost able to hit on top of Lich, who still has cheese, by the way. And this is a very tense game right now. PA coming into the mid, doing a little bit of damage. This is what happens when you have two teams with some explosive potential, both going to the late game. It's, to be completely honest, it's mediocre explosive potential. Like, I gotta be completely 100% honest with you. The fact that Pudge is hitting a lot harder than something like a PA would, 9 times out of 10, is actually a very bad thing. Although PA is becoming a lot bigger, I still do think that she needs to give herself a Satanic. I still do think that she needs to give herself an A-Blade. I just think she needs to give herself either more damage or just more survivability, which at this point, I think I was going to say Butterfly, but that would be redundant. I think a Satanic would be really nice, so she can have the actual HP stats to survive up the initial burst of anybody, and maybe even have a chance to pop the BKB. That said, if she got a Blade Mail, that'd be nice too, so she can just blink in, Blade Mail, and let Mirana kill herself. Speaking of kill herself, we got Lich in a little bit of trouble. He's going to walk right into the enemy base, take a few right clicks to the face, pump himself a mechanism. I think... oh, okay, I was about to say, I hope it didn't need cheese. Shadow Fiend coming forward. He's getting baited out. He's going to pop the ulti. Needs to pop the ulti immediately because that's a lot of right click damage coming towards him. Ulti does not come through. Meanwhile, Pudge goes into the thick of it, gets the ulti off on top of Crystal Maiden. It looks like he gets a hook on top of Lich as well. Lich ulti is going to be bouncing through, doing a crap ton of damage. That's an unlimited bounces right there. That's going to bounce all around. Meanwhile, Pudge is in the middle of the fight, getting hit with the arrow. Going to look for Mirana. Ulti's up in 15 seconds. Not going to be able to find it. Pipe of Insight sadly didn't get used until the very end, and now he's going to officially use it. Pudge going to be able to get kill himself with Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Mirana's in a lot of trouble. The nice little leap going to be available here in 6 seconds. Arrow does fly through. Skywrath Mage's falling up. Pudge has a blink available in 1 second. He's going to blink as soon as he possibly can. Going to go throw a rod, and the rod does come through. Mirana survives just barely, but Pudge has a blink in a few seconds. Meanwhile, Mirana has no way to TP out. Pudge can blink in the next few seconds. Skywrath Mage does find the Mirana, and Mirana just right clicks him to death. And here comes a hook from Pudge. Pudge gets a kill. And once again, the Radiant able to defend. Like, it's just the Pudge is too big, and nobody's really focused on him. I think if Pudge would have popped his Pipe of Insight too, or Shadow Fiend would have got his ulti off, or actually attempted to use his ulti. Because a lot of people forget the simple fact that Shadow Fiend's ulti reduces the damage that anybody does by right clicks by 50%, which would be tremendous for his team. Like, I think the last time we saw that him use that, his team actually won the fight pretty handily. He did still lose his life, but still, I think Shadow Fiend risking his life and just getting rid of his ulti, I mean, he has 11 Century Wars, for God's sakes. He's trying to get more gold, or trying to place us in strategic spots. This is really one of those games where you need to buy a gem. Like, there's no reason for there not to be a gem bouncing around on both sides. So Insolano, he has infinite HP right now, 6k HP. I mean, who in the right mind gets 6k HP on a Pudge in a game? Like, his right click on a tower is like Tiny's right click with an Ags. Like, that is pretty darn ridiculous. He forces Mirana to buy back. Mirana throws out the arrow. Arrow does hit on top of Creep, so very lucky for Pudge. Pudge can blink away here in 3 seconds time. Or he can blink in if he wants to. I think he needs to blink away. I think this is not a fight they want to have. Their allies are just coming back up and they're still defending the base. Jakiro throws out the ulti. I think he has an AS. No, that's not. Is that an? That's an Ags. That's an Ags. It like lasts forever. And it like goes like 20 miles away. Ooh, Invis Rune. Oh, that'd be big. If Pudge had that, oh my gosh, the amount of damage that he can do would be pretty darn funny. That Ags indeed. I think we're at the point where Pudge can just leave his rod on like the whole entire game and like still not lose any damage. Like, his HP regen is ridiculous. I want to see what his HP regen is once a fight does break out, and that's without a heart. Like, I think if he pops his rod, he might get his heart disabled. But Pudge is being very patient, waiting on the backside. I think he needs boosted travels as well. He has buyback available, so he has more than enough gold. I think he might even want to invest in maybe another BKB so he can get a fresh one. Just cause. Meanwhile, the whole entire squad are waiting around the secret shop. This might be a dead everybody. PA gonna be the one to see the arrow fly. Ah, man, Skywrath Mage is gonna be the one to eat the arrow. PA popping that BKB. She can't blink to her ally. She's actually gonna try to stall the fight. And she turns around, goes for the right click. A lot of damage comes from Skywrath Mage. Holy dear Jesus, that right click from PA though. She did pop her A-Blade, and now we got Hyena in the trees. He's going to be able to leap out in 4 seconds time, but we got the chase going to be going through. PA looking for a nice little dagger. She will be able to find it here very soon. Dagger does just barely get fogged. Meanwhile, Skywrath Mage's playing bodyguard for that PA, and PA will be able to go for the fight. She actually, oh, too much damage. Skywrath Mage's ulti flies once again. He forced us to the high ground. Sadly, he misses, and he will be dying here. That was almost an amazing play, but it's just like suddenly the whole entire rest of the team show up. Meanwhile, the rest of the Radiant are defending their base. We got Pudge and crew just hanging out, just trying to like defend creeps. I think Pudge needs boosted travels. Like, actually no, I don't think Pudge needs boosted travels. Pudge needs boosted travels right now, so that way he can actually move a little bit faster and also eliminate the fact of letting his team or letting the enemy team backdoor him while they try to push. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend's a little bit too far forward. You're going to get hit with a nice little arrow, and there's a few right clicks. Arrow does fly, or missile. I meant to say missile. We got the missile flying. We got a nice little hook coming out from Pudge on top of Lich, and Lich is going to be going out before any ulti goes through. Nice little BKB again, pop by Pudge. Pudge taking a crap ton of damage, but sadly Clinkz is only packing him in the bag because Pudge has too much swag. Meanwhile, speaking of swag, Shadow Fiend is going to go toe-to-toe with Mirana. Mirana's going to win this fight because Shadow Fiend... Actually, no, Shadow Fiend does just barely run away, just in time. Like, this is one of those times where Shadow Fiend should have just like Shadow Bladed. As soon as you saw Mirana, Shadow Blade, drop his ult, and then come out of everything and just go for the right clicks. He can win that fight theoretically. His damage with a crit, which he doesn't have, his damage right now is 135 plus 188, so that's about 300. Mirana's damage with the crit will be about 300 once she gets a negative 50% reduction in her damage. So. It's a pretty important ability. Like I want to yell at Lavar and say, or Laver and say, bro, you just like, I don't care what you do, just like get a blink dagger, blink in, throw your ult, and die. If you do that, you'll help your team win every single team fight from here on out. Looks like he's getting himself another item. It's gonna be well, MKB, or I hope it's not a rapier.
So the Radiant's top barracks met their demise.
So top barracks do go down as bad. That's bad news. They're going to be spending a lot of time in the base, and I think we're waiting for the Radiant to actually break the base. If the Radiant, or we're waiting for the Dire to actually break the base. If the Dire can get a good engagement, like I think this is the point where Lich needs a blink dagger, because it's no longer a question of can Lich run in and drop his ult. It's a question of can Lich survive his initial step of running in to drop his ult. Like he needs a blink dagger just to blink in to maybe like a really good position. Like if Lich can like blink in right there without getting hooked or anything and just drop his ult, he can force everybody to split up. And once you do that, you end up with a nice easy fight for Clinkz and Mirana to just pick off anybody else. Maiden can drop her ult in the middle of it if she wants to. I think she needs a blink dagger as well. She's working on a sheep stick, which is really nice, so that's good for her. And I think, was there some detection? Is there a gym? Gym is up on Clinkz. A lot of free gold to be had. Actually, Clinkz going to be able to use that gem to his full advantage. He does see all the sentry wards placed all around. Lich not going to be able to see it. He does get caught in a little bad spot. Mirana leaps into the wrong spot. She officially goes down. I don't know if she'll buy back, but I hope she doesn't. Meanwhile, Lich ulti does bounce through. Bounce on top of a bunch of creeps. Sadly, he's not bouncing the right targets. Meanwhile, Pudge getting his ulti off on top of Clinkz. Maiden ulti getting used in the middle of everything. Gets tornadoed up. BKB getting popped by Pudge. Pudge taking a lot of right click damage, so he has no cares for it. Nice little A-Blade getting used by nice little A-Blade getting used by PA. And Gyrocopter's going to get slowed in the nick of time. Does officially go down. Hook from Pudge. Flies on top of Maiden. Maiden going to be going down. Pudge ulting in 7 seconds. It has a very low cooldown, 30 seconds. Dagger from Mirana does, or from PA does fly through. Crit flew through as well, and here comes a dead. Here comes a dead Mirana, or not Mirana, Maiden. Hey, come on, I gotta go. Come out from Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, the Ancient is about to take a nice chunk of damage. We got people running back as fast as possible. Jakiro going to be a nice person to help push that back. He has that liquid fire. And here comes the damage as well. A lot of creeps taking a lot of damage. And here goes PA just showing up, cleaning up the farm. Look at that. Look at that farm. That is sexy farm. Mirana forced to buy back. Pudge is going to be in the front of everything. He has 7k gold. He doesn't really know what to spend his money on. I think he needs to spend his money on something else. Shadow Fiend ulti did go through. Sadly, it was not his actual ult. It was his death ult. Meanwhile, Pudge is going to be able to blink here in 3 seconds time, so he will be able to get out of here. He's going to go ahead and blink himself to as far as possible he can. He does have a blink in 10 seconds time. He's going to go and pop himself a pipe of insight. Can he make a great play is a big question. Looks like he might be able to find the Clinkz. It looks like the arrow from Mirana will fly, will miss. And here comes Pudge getting silenced up, but his heart was healing up for quite a bit. And he will be able to make us on alive. Actually, no, he will not be able to make us alive. He's taking a bunch of damage. He's going to be going down. Oh my gosh, sad. Pudge is sad. And now, not carrying Pudge is not carrying. Booster travel needs to be his items. If he had a booster travel, he could have either TP'd out or moved away very much faster. The tranquil boosts do break when you take damage, and that's a very bad thing to have happen when you're trying to run away. Meanwhile, Mirana ulti does come through. The creeps following Hyena. He shouldn't know that this is going on, but he gets tornadoed up, and here comes the Jakiro Ice Path. Here comes a lot of damage from Pudge. Pudge drops the ulti, and here comes Mirana taking a death. Easy kill. Mirana should have realized that creeps were chasing her backside, and she did not. Meanwhile, PA shows up, 8 blades on top of Clinkz, easy kills, easy. Here comes the Gyrocopter side. It's going to be going to a very important person. I think Pudge should pick that up. Meanwhile, the fight's going to continue. It looks like, who's this? Lich? Lich getting a little bit too strong, ain't he? He's just trying to come all in. PA gets the first hit bash and just runs away. She could have kept going. She should have kept going. She has no life, so actually, no, I take it back. She needs to get herself a satanic. She's working on what looks to be a Scotty, which I do not like as an item for PA. Like, at all. Like, there's literally no other item that could be worse than a Scotty. PA can force somebody to not be able to run away, sure, but that's really about it. Anyway, Gyrocopter side gets dropped in the base. I really do think the Radiant should carry that out on somebody. Maybe even Skywrath Mage. He's been playing a lot more safer since he's died 23 times. What is this game? This is a ridiculous game. Holy crap, hold on. What's the kill, death, and assist look like? I am thoroughly upset that somebody has died almost 25 times. Gyrocopter's almost died 25 times. Anyway, BKB gets used in the middle of everything. I don't know whose BKB that was, but it's somebody's. Gyrocopter's coming all in. He wants to go for something. He's going to go for full suicide. Porn Star doesn't want to live anymore. Going to try to go for a tower. He's going to lose his life. Bro, do you even throw games? It looks like a... Wow. Okay, Gyrocopter. You, sir, you need to, like, check yourself, bro. And here comes PA in the middle of the fight. She can actually pop her BKB. Needs to pop it now. She wants to pop it. It's pop now or forever hold your peace. A-Blade does get used on top of Crystal Maiden. And she's going to punch some creeps instead of punching the correct target. She actually kills her creep instead. Here comes Clinkz doing a little bit too much damage to help PA. Now here comes all the damage coming out from everybody. Pudge ulti's going to fall. And here comes Clinkz going to be going down officially. Lich ulti bouncing around. Everybody needs to back away as fast as possible. PA going to go back in for the fight. Looks like they're going to go for Clinkz instead. Nice little ice path on top of Clinkz. Clinkz taking a little bit of damage. He's going to be getting rotted to death. The Gyrocopter side doesn't get used, but looks like they use the dust instead. Clinkz in a lot of trouble. He officially goes down. Meanwhile, on the backside, Lich coming in and wants to do something like eat cheese and say, bro, kill me, I dare you. And Pudge says, okay, I'll take that offer. 52 flesh heap stacks on Pudge. Like, we're about to get to the point where the score resets itself. Like literally, the score will reset itself. I think if we get to 42, kills, death, and assists. I don't think. I hope we don't make it to that point. But it looks like we're making to that point, guys. This is like one of those games that's going on for no apparent reason. But last hits, we see PA has 3,400. Wow, 3,400 last hits. 400 last hits. Lich ulti's up in 4 seconds, so that's actually a decent buyback. Now he can actually drop his ult and just run away. That's probably what he's going to do, but PA is going to go ahead and go for the kill. Looks like he drops the thing, he drops his ulti, PA immediately jumps with Crystal Maiden, BKB does get popped by Shadow Fiend. Nice little A-Blade is used by Crystal Maiden, or on top of Crystal Maiden. Now Lich taking a bunch of damage, his ulti still bouncing around somehow. Bouncing around on top of everybody, just playing ping pong, look at it go. That's what Witch Doctor would say right now. He's getting his best Witch Doctor impression. Meanwhile, Lich ulti going to be able to kill one, it might be able to kill two. I don't know, still bouncing. It might be able to make it there, and Pudge is finally going to eat the last hit on top of that. PA going to be forced to buy back. Meanwhile, on the backside, we got Mirana trying to come in for the tower snipe. She does get herself one tower and gets a nice half damage on top of the Ancient. The Ancient will be regenerating up, so I do need to pay close attention to that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not terribly sure if Mirana's going to be able to do that again because too many people are available. She pops her ulti, walks into the base, wants to go for a straight back door. The creeps do scatter out, but they do not show the fact that they scatter out. She drops her a Starstorm, and now she'll officially be in a little bit of trouble. Throws out the right clicks. She gets a little bit of damage, does officially go down. Easy kill, it's easy. They were waiting for her. Nice little play coming out from these guys. Knowing for a fact that she just wants a backdoor. Meanwhile, Pudge being a pro, carrying his team to victory. 53 flesh heap stacks, and he has 8k gold. He needs please get booster travel. If you get booster travel, I'll be like the happiest person in the world. You don't need tranquil boots. They're not doing jack squat for you. That's like 10 regen that you don't need. Oh my bad, 12. 12 regen that you don't need because you have a heart and a pipe. Like Pudge, if you get boosted travel, I guarantee that you will love yourself because you'll be able to not only run away from people, but you'll be able to run into some really nice positions or even TP into a fight. It's like trying to message it to him, but sadly Stellano is like, no, my triangle boots are valuable, and I shall have triangle boots until the end of days. Said nobody ever. So anyway, we'll continue to see what happens. I can make it down there. That's what she said. Hee hee. Well, looks like we're gonna see some rat Dota come up here very soon. No creeps around the base, but backdoor protection is available. It might cause nobody to be able to kill anything. I do have high hopes for the Radiant, though. I will say that. Like, if the Radiant come back and win this game, I'll be like, this is like one of the most baller Pudges in the world. Like there's no way to cut it. Like, there's no nice way to put it. This whole entire Radiant squad relies on Pudge right now. Like, look at them gaggle around Pudge. Like, it's a gaggle of people around Pudge. Really, what they're waiting for is waiting for the creep waves to push in because they don't want to get don't want to get caught out. Pudge is spending all of his gold possible on top of Sentry Wards, and I don't think that's wise. It looks like he's just transferring gold. Okay, he's transferring gold, or maybe he's just giving Skywrath the Sentry Wards that he needs. I still think I should just get a gem. Like, they just need to get a gem. Sentry Ward's getting placed by Skywrath. Looks like Mirana's gonna, Mirana's gonna come in from the high ground. She will be getting scouted out by Sentry Ward. She's gonna try to go for the back door. Pudge immediately catches her, drops the ulti. A lot of damage comes his way. Jakiro, what are you doing, bro? Meanwhile, Mirana's gonna be able to leap out of this one. The rest of the team does come in as well. Sheepstick gets used on Mirana. A lot of damage coming towards Lich. They're trying to go for the back door. They're not gonna be able to find it. Ice Path gets used by Jakiro. They're just playing keep away right now. Lich taking a little bit of damage. Crystal Maid ulti does go through. Bounces do come through. Jakiro, not Jakiro. Skywrath is gonna be going down. PA just getting 2 crits back to back. Easy kills, easy. Holy but Jesus damage. That was a lot of damage. What did she crit for? She crit for like something crazy. Like her crit damage right now is disgustingly high. 450% of that is pretty darn high. Actually, looks like they're trying to go for Clinkz. Shadow Fiend going to go ahead and walk on forward. He has a gem of True Sight available. Clinkz has no gem available. They do see the Clinkz though. Shadow Fiend just waiting for his allies to show up. His Shadow Blade's going to be running out here very soon. Clinkz does go invisible just in time, and Shadow Fiend does come visible. Pudge not going to be able to blink in forward. He's actually going to blink forward. The hook does fly. It does catch Clinkz. Here comes a vision. Here comes the ulti. Here comes the right click. Here comes Clinkz. Going to be going down. Easy, easy, easy. Nice play coming up for these guys. Nice patience as well. And Clinkz does immediately buy back. He wants to go for the back door. It looks like creeps will be pushing on top lane, so they do need to worry about that. That is going to be an issue. Mental gen. Mental gen. Mental gen. That's what they say right now. Taking a look at the gold graph, we see that the Radiant are slowly but surely pulling that back up. The towers are becoming more than even. The experience graph is essentially at 0. I think everybody's level 25 right now. Like, that's pretty darn awesome. Like, everybody is literally level 25 except for Gyrocopter. Okay, everybody's figuratively level 25. Gyrocopter might as well be level 25. That's like what? A creep. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that. It's like what, a creep and a half? Come on. Okay, maybe like a creep wave and a half. But it's really awesome to see this though. A game go this long. With the simple fact that I used to always say this with all my casts. I don't know. I know why I stopped saying it. I stopped saying it because it seemed redundant. The game never lasts that long, but. Here's the XP graph, and as I used to always say about the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer the game goes on, the closer and closer it comes and converts to 0, but it's still a really nice indicator where everybody is at this current point in time, and you see that the heyday of the Dire is officially over. They officially ran out of levels to gain, and the Radiant just gained all the levels now. Officially, the Dire are behind the levels because Gyrocopter is behind by 1 level, whereas everybody on the side of the Radiant squad are level 25. That is not a thing that you want to have happen, especially when you have such a good advantage early on. You have such a strong lineup early on, and the enemy team just weren't able to just cut the mustard with anything they had. Now you got to worry about a PA who has a phenomenal amount of crit, and her BKB is at 4 seconds, so that's good, I guess. You also have to worry about a Pudge whose BKB is at 4 seconds too, so that's kind of good, and who has a phenomenal amount of damage and a phenomenal amount of money. Clearly he's building money. Meanwhile, Jakiro has a Sheep Stick available, so he can actually make Clinkz as useless as possible. And speaking of which, Clinkz doesn't even have a BKB to speak of at all. It looks like they're going to go for the push. The Sentry Wards are placed all around the world. They are going to be able to see everything. Pudge can throw a hook if he needs to. Looks like they're going to try to go for mid. The Observer Wards plus the Sentry Wards are scouting out. The creeps will be able to reveal the fact that they do have vision. That's what Ice Pack kills Mirana. Mirana going to immediately go down. A lot of damage coming her way. She's not going to have any chance. Speaking of not having any chance, Lich going to be going down as well. Easy kills, easy. A lot of people dying very, very, very fast, and I think we'll see a few more of those. The total power of the Radiant is pretty strong, especially considering Pudge is just like a walking money bag. He can actually blink forward in 15 seconds, drop his ultimate Clinkz. Looks like he's not going to be able to have a chance to. I want to see a crit from PA. She actually has a butterfly now, just because she didn't know what to build. I think at this point, if PA built a rapier, it would be really nice. She might lose it though. It's just critting for 1900, so that's pretty nice. Pretty high. It's a casual 1900 crit. If only she had a satanic. Oh my gosh, so much heals. So many heals. Hey, remember that one time where the team turtled so hard that your team just couldn't do anything? Yeah, good times. Alright, so Gyrocopter is still level 24. He's actually hanging out in the base, so he might get an abandoned, which will really, really, really suck for the Radiant. Or really suck for the Dire. The Radiant pretty much have one lane of racks left, so they're getting full XP down here on this lane, which is really nice. But they do have to worry about all the other lanes pushing in. Luckily, between Pudge and PA, and actually Shadow Fiend now, they have enough damage to actually push all this back. Skywrath Mage officially has items. He has a Ghost Scepter, and he's working on a Bloodstone, and he's just like flat out building a Tornado Stick. That is actually pretty phenomenal. Shadow Fiend Butterfly is available. Just gonna go ahead and pick that up. Sadly, Clinkz does have an MKB, so evasion is not gonna matter that much, and so does Mirana. So all the MKBs are on the proper people are already up, and Gyrocopter just hangs out in base. Cause Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Pudge still has Tranquil Boots, which I really, really, really wish he had Boots to Travel. Oh my gosh, if he gets Boots to Travel, he'd be like my hero. Geometry Sight's up on Clinkz. Arrow from Mirana does fly. It does not catch anybody. Pudge, no Boots to Travels yet. He just wants to get that extra, what, 90 move speed instead of 100. Bro, get Boots to Travel, please. Jesus. Anyway, Blink does come forward from Mirana. From PA. PA is actually in a bad spot now. Pudge does come forward as well. Looks like nobody has vision. PA actually throws out her stun on top of a creep. A really huge waste of that. It's going to be down for 6 seconds. Meanwhile, the backside, we're going to see Jakiro flying as fast as he possibly can to defend his tower. Defend his, well, base. And here comes Roshan. Going to be going down. Clink's going to be able to kill that one. So many MKBs. It's like dubstep. Geometry Sight actually got dropped for the Aegis? Okay. I think Orchids needs to be dropped for Aegis. I know instead Aegis goes to Mirana. She has boosted travel, so she can actually TP in and do some nice little backdoor shenanigans. She can actually try to TP in now. The Aegis almost full HP again. Both sides, like I said, sitting, wow, really 87 to 87. Holy dear crap, Jesus. PA wasting TP because why not? Pudge, boost travel, Pudge, boost travel. Come on, you know. Oh, he might do it. Yes, he got boost travel. Yeah, he did it. Oh, quick cancel. All right, guys, that's it for this cast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you guys. No, I'm joking. Pudge got boosted travel, guys. It's official. He's legit. And oh my god, speaking of legit, Clinkz is going to be legitimately dead. Meanwhile, around the corner, people are getting beat up all around the place. Lich throws out the ulti on top of Pudge alone, and Clinkz is going to try to go for backdoor. Not going to be able to find it. Team fight's happening around the front side, though. A lot of damage coming towards the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend ulti does go through some. Mirana will have her damage reduced by 50%. Now we got a lot of damage coming towards Mirana. She can leap away in 18 seconds. She does leap as fast as possibly can. PA finds the dagger. It does find the PA, and now Mirana's going to be going down in the trees. Meanwhile, back in the base, we got everybody who was in here just pretty much dead. Clink's going to go and try to push that bottom lane. Mirana forced to buy back as fast as possible. She can TP down to the bottom lane and creeps and help her ally push. That's really about it. With this specific lineup, I don't think Mega Creeps means the end of the game because they have a lot of counter push. Jakiro being one of the bigger ones. And they also have Pudge with his Rot and infinite damage. We also have PA with her infinite damage. She needs to be very careful though because it's only 4-second BKB. If she gets caught out, it'll be really bad. If anybody dies on the side of the Radiant side, I think it's pretty much up as far as their turtling goes. But guys, Pudge bought freaking Boots of Travel, and he's buying another heart. I hope he's not. Okay, he's replacing BKB with a heart. That's okay. I can see that. That makes sense. Meanwhile, Mirana ulti does get used. PA gonna be getting caught out. I hope she has buyback, which looks like she doesn't. Arrows to the backside. BKB not gonna be able to have enough time to get popped. She gets hit with the Orcus as well. A-Blade getting used on top of Mirana, and sadly, PA had no life steal. If she had life steal, she might have been able to survive that one. But she does go down, and she does buy back immediately. I do think she should have waited. She did not necessarily have to buy back immediately because the enemy wasn't pushing in, and they don't really need PA yet. I mean, they will need her soon, but they don't need her yet. So Pudge gets rid of the Blink Dagger in lieu of a heart. I do not agree with that one. I think he should have got rid of the BKB because it's not doing anything for him. Instead, okay, he picks up the Blink Dagger for the pipe. I do disagree with that one once again. The pipe is doing more for his team than he knows. He has a nice amount of HP. He has a nice amount of survivability. But it doesn't really mean much if your team dies because you don't have a pipe available. So I do think he should have got rid of the BKB. The BKB is not really all that important. Anyway, the hook does fly through. Stellano not going to be able to actually claim anything with that one. Like, the 4-second BKB is not doing jack squat for him. Meanwhile, we got Mirana going to go and TP at the top creeps and do some backdoor stuff. Shenanigans. We got the TPs coming through. Jakiro immediately running back as fast as possibly can. Or flapping his wings. Look at him. Look at him go. Speaking of looking at it go, PA does show up. She might be able to get herself a dagger on top of Mirana if she knows he's here. Stop. Oh my gosh. Please, PA, stop doing that. That's like a wait. Oh my gosh. If they fight in the next 40 seconds, I'm going to be so, like, Radiant, you deserve to lose, bro. Anyway. Oh, Mirana's arrow. Mirana's arrow heals the top of Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend taking a bunch of damage. He's going to go and drop the ulti. The ulti does reduce the damage of Lich and actually nobody. Meanwhile, PA does come forward. BKB does get popped. Nice little preemptive BKB. Healing up for a little bit. Actually, she has no life still, so she's not going to be healing up for anything. Meanwhile, Pudge on the backside, getting really slow. Drops the ulti on top of Clinkz. Clinkz is going to be getting healed up because of the bloodstone, I think. And also, Pudge gets silenced up. Pudge not going to be able to do anything. BKB needs to be popped right now. I don't know why you kept it if you're not going to use it, bro. Meanwhile, Maiden gets turned into a sheepy, and she does officially go down. The backdoor protection has officially been knocked down, so if anybody wants to go for the backdoor, they can. Mirana can TP in and go for a hero snipe if she wants to, but actually, nope, I lied. She cannot. Officially, she cannot. It looks like they lost to PA, and they also lost Shadow Fiend, but meanwhile, on the other side, they lost essentially the Gyro. Gyro hasn't been here for like the last 3 hours. I'm waiting for that to abandon the show. I don't know, maybe it's like a certain point in the game where like you just don't get an abandoned because the game was just so freaking long. Like, it was literally that long. That's what you said. Anywho. What? 183 kills? Oh, adding both sides. Okay. Alright, so the game continues on. Looks like the Radiant are still continuing with the turtle strat. A lot of massive amount of sentry wards are getting placed. Just to make sure that nobody walks in without them knowing, which I think is really nice. I still don't think that this many sentry wards should be legally purchased. Anyway, speaking of legally purchased, Skywrath Mage's taking a bunch of damage. He needs to be very careful. He can actually force that for Ghost Scepter, so he'll be fine. He actually Ghost Scepters, turns around, throws out a few nukes, just stands there. And here comes Pudge. Pudge is going to be the one leading the front. Looks like a lot of damage coming towards these guys here very soon. Clinkz still has the gem available. Mirana, very low in HP. Commend Gyro coming out. Everybody's having a little bit of fun. But looks like this tower is going to be going down here very soon. A Fortify is available for the Radiant, so they can use it when they need to. Pudge looking for a kill. Not going to be able to find anything except for just a creep, so he goes for it.
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited
And it
guests.
looks like, to be completely honest with you, it looks like this game's going on a lot longer than it should. I honestly think the Dire should have ended this game a lot sooner. They allowed PA way too much time. She's actually back alive. She's been dead for 101 seconds. But her items are essentially equivalent to Clinkz's weapons. The only difference is a Battle Fury. What, does Clinkz have a battle? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the difference between a Daedalus and a Battle Fury.
Where were we?
That's really okay. And Orchids. That's another thing. And a Butterfly. And speaking of Butterfly, Clinkz walks into the base. He's going to try to go for the back door. The creeps are going to be able to scout him out. Actually, looks like the creeps killed the sentry ward. And now we got PA coming around the corner. He's going to go ahead and kill the creeps and push it back a little bit. Clinkz killing another sentry ward as well. Not sure if everybody saw that, but they probably didn't. Very dangerous position. Oh my god, PA, please, please, please go back to base. She's going to be seeing a lot of damage here very soon. Clinkz and crew are all running around. The courier going to get picked up as well. Not the courier. PA is going to be able to give herself looks to be a second Scotty. Oh my gosh, the courier is going to be able to survive. PA is going to be the one taking the fall here though. BKB can be popped to get rid of it. It looks like PA is going to be able to survive for a few seconds, and now she officially goes down. She needs to she needs to use her BKB. It's only 4 seconds. I'm not entirely sure why PA has not been using her BKB to survive engagements like that, but there's been a few times, and you guys witnessed it right here with me, where basically PA could have just survived if she would have popped her BKB and kept going. Like, she got silenced up, she could have popped her BKB and blunk to an ally. She probably still took a crap ton of damage, but she would be alive. She would still be alive right now. Anywho, continuing on to Century Wars, because a lot more Century Wars are in place. They're trying to make sure that they have 180 full coverage. The back door is high with these guys. And speaking of back door, we got Lich on the front side, looking like he's trying to go for the front. We got the whole entire rest of the team showing up on the back side. Jakiro, nice little sheep stick on top of Clinkz. Clinkz getting hit with a nice little thing. The hook, oh my gosh, it's barely off. Jakiro ulti does come through. Pudge gonna come forward anyway. Gets hit with the sheep stick. Nice little tornado stick getting used on Maiden. Maiden gonna be eating the ulti here from Pudge here very soon, I think. Looks like actually no. The answer to that is no. It looks like everybody's gonna go ahead and chase a Maiden. Not the best of targets. Pudge ulti does get used just for that. 58 flesh heap stacks. I think you should make a drinking game. Every time Pudge gets a flesh heap stack, take a drink. If you do like side duos, caution, you may die. Alright, so this game is going on a lot longer than you would expect it to. Kind of expect this. Anyway, BKB comes through. Big fights happening. We got somebody going to be going on. It's going to be a dead Skywrath Mage. Actually, sorry, dead Lich. Skywrath Mage does get that kill. Meanwhile, another pause does come through. They're saying, hey, bros, give me a second. I think they're trying to wait for Gyro. Or, I don't know. Anyway, P is going to be up here very soon. Booster travel are available on both sides. And looks like around the backside, we got Mirana. One on the high ground, and we got Clinkz on the low ground. They're both looking to go for some back doors, probably. Because that's really about all they're going to get. A team fight, though, gets their faces smashed in. We're essentially past the point where Lich's ulti does do anything. Really, Maiden's ulti is only used for slow, and it's actually really, really ridiculously redundant. Because not only does she have ulti, she also has a Shiva's Guard, which essentially does the same exact thing. Except for Shiva's Guard, you can actually move when you're doing it. So, it's at the point where Maiden's damage means jack squat. And she needs to be very careful about that. She's just kind of like a walking around to... you know, just die. More Century Wars getting purchased. The bottom lane might be getting pushed in here very soon. Clinkz looking for the push. He's only critting for 800. He's actually reached his limit as far as items. He really needs to replace that Orchids with something. His Orchids is no longer as useful as it used to be. He's maybe increases kill potential. Maybe he can get himself a butterfly. That might be nice. I mean, PA doesn't care anymore. She has her. Oh, I thought she had MKB. Never mind. Oh, Shadow Fiend doesn't care. Anyway, so here I am casting this game, and these guys are still farming. Look at them. Look at these last hits. Guys, can you look at PA has 590 last hits. That's like she's killed. How many? Okay, it's about 4 creeps per wave for like the first like 30 minutes. So 4 times 30, that's what? 3 times 4 is. I don't know. What's that? 120? That's 120 creeps. That's not including siege creeps. I think a siege creep every 3 waves for the first 10 minutes and every 2 waves for like after that. I don't really remember. Like the creep wave changes per game until you get to like a total of I think 6 creeps. Or okay, I lied. What is this? This is like 8 creeps. It's like 3 in the front, 3 there, 3. So 6 melee creeps and 2 range creeps. And also I think you get 2 siege creeps every other wave, or maybe every 3rd wave. I don't really know. Just to help the game in. I'm looking for siege creeps now. Anywho, so the rating is turtling pretty darn hard. Actually, LeVar, oh my gosh, if he does go down, it would be horrible. It looks like Clinkz does have a gem with true sight available. They're going to go for the kill anyway. A lot of damage coming this way. BKB does get popped. Nice little play. Beautiful, beautiful ulti coming up from, or sorry, stun coming from Jakiro. Also the ulti as well. The ulti does come on top of Clinkz, and Clinkz is going to be the one to go down. Actually, Pudge is getting hit with the sheep stick. He's not going to be the one to survive this. Actually, Lich's ulti bouncing around doing all kinds of work. It's going to be officially getting the kill on top of one person. Still bouncing around, still going. Look at it go is what Witch Doctor will say right now. The hook from Pudge does fly through, does miss completely. Lich ulti still bouncing around. I think that's going to be the end of this game, guys. A lot of bounces. It's still going. It does officially go down. Triple kill going from Mirana. A lot of damage coming towards Jakiro. Jakiro going to be going down. The arrow to the backside. Ultra kill from Mirana. Pudge buys back. freeze frame is what they're saying right now. Pudge wants to defend his base. He wants to keep his allies in this game. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for a BKB. Like, could you ask for any more of a crazy game? But I really do think it's over for the Radiant because they need everybody essentially to defend. Pudge is carrying his team, but I don't think he can carry it alone. Mirana's going to be the one here. She has a Sentry Ward available. Or sorry, Sentry Ward's going to be here available for Pudge. Pudge can actually turn around and try to go for the kill. Looks like there's going to be a sheep stick on Pudge, and he's going to get frozen up. But if he right clicks, he's going to be going down. Not enough. Oh no, nice Gyrocopter. He actually kills the Mirana. He's going to try to go for the oh man, Crystal Maiden juking him around the creep wave. Pudge gets the hook, and here comes the damage coming from top of Pudge, and Pudge might be losing his life here very soon. Lich shows up to help out, and it looks like the agent will be going down, regardless of what they do. It's been a long run. It's been a long game, but Pudge pops his BKB anyway. He goes for it. He's going to ulti as well. He's going to go ahead and ulti the... Oh, he's not going to ulti the Lich. He has 5 seconds left on the ulti. He's going to ulti a creep. He needs ulti creep. He needs ulti creep. He needs ulti creep. He's going to ulti Lich instead. Ulti's Lich. Gets kill. Yellow swag. Here comes Crystal Maiden. Aw, that sheep stick though. Pudge dead for 128 seconds. I think it's more or less it. Crystal Maiden going to go ahead and throw a celebratory ulti. And that's pretty much it. The long road of this game has finally ended, guys. If you stuck around for that long, congratulations. You've seen a very, very, very game of, like, I don't know, I want to call it a derpy game, but there were some questionable choices made early on that kind of caused this game to last a lot longer than it should have, I must admit. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry to spoil your parade, but I must be that guy. I must be that guy. Anyway, speaking of being that guy, this game was sent in by one of the people in this game. That viewer, that person was RT and Hyena, so Mirana, who played the Mirana, so thank you, Hyena, for sending this game. Very, very, very long game, very stressful game. I was like, oh my gosh, if you don't do this one thing, I'll be very upset at you. And it looks like people proceeded to not do that one thing, and I was very upset the whole entire time. So anyway, that's it for this game though. Very interesting game, very, very crazy game. PA not able to do what she needed to do. BKB could have been popped a few times to maybe help her team win the game. A few times where she died, but she shouldn't have. Pudge playing a phenomenal game. I do not like the fact that he got rid of his pipe and replaced it with a heart. I think he should have kept his pipe, replaced the BKB with a heart, because honestly we're at the point where it doesn't matter if Pudge gets sheeped up or hit with CC. You want Pudge to get hit with CC. The last thing you want is for Pudge to blink in, pop magic immunity, and everybody say, oh, Pudge is magic immune, let's focus everybody else instead. You really want people to focus you on Pudge, so I do think that was a big, big, gigantic mistake. 4-second BKB, it's only 4 seconds, and if you pop that BKB and everybody starts focusing their abilities on everybody else, like PA or Shadow Fiend, then you officially failed your job as a initiator, with air quotes. You kind of want to take the pressure off, and BKB definitely kept the pressure on both PA and Shadow Fiend. So I will say that as a negative for that team. And also, as for the Diary team, the biggest negative I'll say for the Diary team is, oh my gosh, can you guys please like get your team fights together, bro? Lich had an Ags, which is great for a team fight. Crystal Maiden had an Ags, which is decent for a team fight. But really, once you get past a certain point in the game, it just doesn't matter. Lich's ulti is really, really, really nice now because it does scale with an item scepter. You can bounce unlimitedly. But Crystal Maiden's ulti, it scales up to like what? 2,000 more damage overall. When you consider the fact that Pudge had almost 60 flesh heap stacks, that's pretty much all his flesh heap stacks. And that's not including his HP from the heart, or his HP from the the BKB, or his HP from the other hearts, or his HP from the Ags. So, Aghanim Scepter on Crystal Maiden, a lot of people like to go for it. I think it's one of the silliest things in the game. If you don't get it like before like the 30-minute mark, then don't even bother, because it's no. I mean, Crystal Maiden's ulti is really nice, I'll give you that. Anyway, so I'll say that as a mistake for the Dire side. And also another mistake would be the amount of times Gyrocopter has been full yellow, just going full yellow swag 360 retard mode into the enemy team to die. I do think that cost him an earlier victory than it should have. Like he just like literally walked in and like just died. I mean, we saw it like a few times. This game only lasted an hour and 39 minutes. I'm pretty sure we saw it a few times, and if you guys can't point out at least one time that happened, then you clearly haven't been paying attention to the game. And speaking of paying attention to the game, if you guys want to check out some of my other casts, because I do have other casting, you can watch in playlist mode by hitting that button in the corner to see the previous cast. It will take you to the playlist mode, and you can have fun with that. If you guys want to check out my main YouTube channel for casting, you can check out youtube.com/coolbluedota. That's CULBLUDOTA. That's where I post all my main casts. I have a lot of fun doing that, and I enjoy bringing you guys content, and I also enjoy stalling and not bringing you guys content because I'm being procrastinatory. But my apologies for that, guys. If you guys want to know the true story of what happened, Hyena came to me and said, "Cool Blue, I just got a really nice 90-minute or 99-minute game. I want you to cast it. Here, cast this." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll cast it for you next week." And then next week came, I was like, and then the week after that came, I was like, and then the week after that came, I was like, I don't want to cast this. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to come here on Monday, cast this game, and then go to bed. Because my bedtime's at 6 o'clock, if you guys don't know that. Because I'm on EU hours for sleeping as opposed to EST, Eastern Standard Time hours. Anyway, that's my personal life. You guys don't need to know about all that. I'll tell you guys that. And later in my vlog channel, speak of the devil, my vlog channel is the next channel to advertise. If you guys want to check out me and my vlog channel, I do have a vlog channel. I do post vlogs, and I post those every Wednesday because I like to have fun on Wednesdays because it's like hump day. So why not just... Wow, okay, have fun on hump day. Okay, no comment. Anyway, continuing on, keeping things from being too terribly provocative. You can check out that channel at youtube.com/coolbluevlogs. That's CULBLUVLOGS. I should have a vlog this week. You guys should have watched that last Wednesday. It should have been awesome. I'm not entirely sure if I got it all uploaded in time, but if not, you'll see part 1 and you'll see part 2 next week. Hopefully you saw it all. Anyway. If you guys want to check out that channel, go ahead and click on that link, like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and have fun. Also, I do have another channel which is still on hiatus. It might go on permanent hiatus here very soon if I cannot manage to produce content for in the next, 2 or 3 weeks. I was just going to put on permanent hiatus and call it a day and just focus on the content for these channels. But I do have another channel for Casters Network as a group created to help casters come together, collect, collaborate, and create with one another. The whole goal of the channel is to help promote new commentary talent and also help people grow as casters and grow as a community and, just come together and hug each other and have fun and love each other. Just not in a very provocative way because they're kids. There are kids that enjoy Dota. Dota's not all about the people like me who sit here and play Dota all day. And then go to work and then go to sleep and then play Dota and then do the same thing over and over. Anyway. So that's the last channel. Go ahead and check that out. That's youtube.com/castnetyt. That's CASNETYT for YouTube. If you guys want to check out any of the channels, feel free to click on those links. It will be taking you to an external link. If you guys want to rewatch this video just to see some awesome things happen, go ahead and rewatch this video. If you guys made it through the entire video and you made it to the part where I'm telling you this, I will tell you this. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for my 100th random pubcast, so be on the lookout for that. It will be awesome. It will be epic. I don't know what I'm giving away yet, but I do know I have a job now, so I can actually give away some very impressive things. So maybe I'll give away like some super awesome, expensive, ridiculously rare set or something. I don't know. I might just like go buy a $100 Schmeevel and just give it to somebody as a giveaway because... I have 100 casts, why not spend $100, right? Yeah, that's Cool Blue right there. Cool Blue Dota. Gotta love it. Anyway, so with all that said, all the hype that I built up for this game, hope you guys enjoyed it overall. If you guys like this video, like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see in the future. If you have a game you want me to cast, go ahead and shoot me a message. I will eventually cast your game. I can't guarantee I'll get to it immediately. But if I do get enough requests, I will start doing 2 of these every Wednesday. So that way I can get through the cast and it won't be too terribly long of a wait time. But all that said, I've been going on for almost 2 hours, literally talking every single waking minute. And my throat hurts and I have a job where I have to talk. So I need to go rest my mouth and like drink some water or something because I had no sight of water and that candy is officially dried out of my mouth. My sugar high is still here though, so that's good. Anyway, all that said, hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, of course, I'll see you guys whenever.